wettest place in the United Kingdom for a very good reason. There was like howling force gales. You take one step outside and think, no, thank you.
But good for shinies, Milo, so that's good.
Oh, honestly, smashed it.
I can't believe you go somewhere as beautiful as Lake District and you just play Pokemon Go.
I just play Pokemon Go. I was barely on the game, man. I was literally, because where the cottage was on a farm.
Have you been cottaging?
Cottaging. I'm sure that was in a pub quiz somewhere. But there was a cluster spawn of like 15 Pokemon around where we were staying. I was like, sweet. Somehow got like 3 or 4 shinies from that over the course of 3 days.
That's mental.
I was like, happy days. The one event I'm not really playing because I'm having a break. And it's like, bang, there you go.
Has anyone really played this winter holiday event? I really haven't.
Looking at social media, yes. Some people really have.
Well, you've got the Priuses that have played it heavily and got their shinies, but it's not a time to be playing Pokemon Go. I know we're a Pokemon Go podcast. Twixmas. Callback 2022 pub quiz.
Not Marsmas.
Christmas pub quiz.
Twixmas. Bountymas.
That was the other one.
It's not a time when we should be playing this. We should be enjoying the holidays.
So you're not trying to get the
not
frozen
what you should say
duck.
The Pokemon Go podcast, but I've tapped on a few. I'm not breaking my neck for it.
Tap. Did when you tapped them in, did they respond?
No.
But January's looking reasonably good. I'll say
it is, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Won't we?
Well, I hope so. Depending on how we're feeling in Twixtmas.
Well, January starts tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we're going from Christmas hangover to New Year's hangover.
Absolutely. You do sound a little bit less hungover than I expected.
Just wait for the proper recording. It'll be okay.
Welcome into the last ever episode of 2023. And for some reason, the boys have got me hosting this introduction part. But welcome into another episode of Incensed Podcast. And to be precise, episode number 151. We've got the hungover Pogo Milo UK. We've got the old Ian Waterfall. We've got... Sorry, that was too much. We've got Masterful27, who's ready to share some of his highlights from this year. And of course, you've got me, the casual of the group, Casual Coops, here to take you guys into 2024. Gentlemen, how are we all tonight?
When was the last time Coops did an intro? Have we saved it to the end of the year?
It's about a month ago.
It was about a month ago.
It feels longer though, didn't it?
You know, when he did it, I thought Coops was going to... And welcome to my last ever show.
Oh, mic drop. Boom.
2024.
Ian, that's the first one. That's next week. That's the first one of 2024.
That's next week. Okay.
Exiting the show in style.
But boys.
I'm good, Coops. I was, like you said, you alluded to, I'll be showing some of my highlights on today's show later, but one of the things I found was just quite nice when listening to my highlights, there were shows that all 4 of us were on, which was lovely.
You must have had a really shit search.
No, seriously. Early 3-figure shows, but they were really good.
Oh yeah, Coops was here at the beginning of the year.
Can we listen? Can this banter just stop? Can this banter just stop? Yeah, moving into tomorrow. Done. No more. I will try. Yeah, no more.
No more.
That's not a New Year's resolution.
No more you. That's it. Done.
Yeah,
game
job, done.
Drop.
Milo, obviously, you had a big old Christmas. How are you feeling, bud?
Let's just put it this way. You probably won't hear too much of me on this episode.
Damn.
And he's actually drinking water for one of the first times.
Vodka in. He's keeping going.
That's vodka, is it? It's a pint of vodka.
Hair of the dog, Ian. I was literally about to say, for the first time ever, he's actually got a massive... This is like a pint glass of water as well. You know he's suffering.
With the biggest ice cube I've ever seen. It's like the one that sunk the Titanic.
It's an Avalug in his glass, bless him.
Oh, yes. Finest Avalug.
I bet he wishes he had one in his throat.
God.
That's if you hear me cut off during the show, that's it. I'm done.
Doesn't want a shiny Bergmite in his glass, Ian. Anyway.
Milo this week done, me next week done. But gents, actually, because let's quickly get this question out of the way. How was everyone's Christmas? Did everyone have a nice weekend?
Anyway, it's been great. It's been lovely. It's been nice to shut the door behind, not have to work. Been amazing, actually. Family over, which is always nice when they leave. Only joking.
No, you're not. No, you are not joking.
nice to have a house full, actually. First Christmas at our new place. So it was nice to actually have our first Christmas. Felt lovely.
Oh, what about you, Ian?
Nice.
You know what? It was nice because Christmas Day was Monday, as we all know. It was nice to actually have a 4-day
that was me. So I
weekend.
said, how was your weekend? Sorry. You know what I meant, though? I meant the long weekend.
That's what I'm saying. It was nice to have a 4-day weekend.
Yeah,
it was nice to have 4 days. And, of course, was back at work on the 27th, so no peace for the wicked.
And obviously, Milo, apart from drinking and eating
mine was
too much.
fantastic, as you can tell.
Drinking the whole time.
Mine was amazing. Drinking in 2 different parts of the country is great. A bit in London and then a bit up in the Lake District, which is fab. So yeah, quality time. What about you, Coopsy?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously in my family now, got a little niece, which is very, very cute. So it was kind of my sort of first Christmas because she's 2. So, when they're 1, they don't really do much, don't really say much. But obviously at 2, they're talking and walking. So it's a lot more fun. So it was very lovely. But boys, not to sort of cut off our Christmas chat, this is the last day of 2023. So happy New Year Eve to you all.
Happy New Year's Eve, Coops.
Happy New Year's Eve.
And let us know if you're listening to this while getting smashed.
Nice.
Yeah. Imagine someone's clubbing, they've just got headphones in, like listening to me.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
I love that.
It would be amazing. So, shh.
Silent podcast.
Milo's
disco.
talking.
Not on this show. They need to backtrack.
I wish you could all see the dance that Marky Boy was just doing then. But anyway, yes, to all the listeners, if you are new from 2023 or you've been listening to us all the way back from day one in 2021,
Oh my God.
it is time.
Oi, you dirty dogs, drop your incense.
We just sort of say this section like people should expect like what to do. But yeah, to everyone, if you have just joined the Incensed podcast journey quite recently over the last few months, what you got to do, you got to listen to this episode when you're out grinding on your spotlight hours, on your community days, on your raid hours. I don't really know what else happens during the week. And if you do catch
Cryogonal Research Raid GBL Day.
That day, yes, that day from a few weeks ago. But if you do manage to get anything amazing, preferably a shiny or a hundo, make sure you tag us on all of our social media accounts. That is just going to be at Incensed Podcast. That's literally on every platform: X, TikTok, Instagram, Campfire, someone else,
Bebo,
WhatsApp,
Threads, Bebo, MySpace.
YouTube.
He loves a bit of Fred, doesn't he? But yeah, and make sure you tag us, tag at Incensed Podcast, and with your photograph or your image of your shiny from listening to us, make sure as well as tagging us, you also put the hashtag shinies of the week.
Clarify the spelling for me.
Of course, I will home slice. Oh, my boy. We didn't talk about this year's. We didn't talk about the last season of GBL, did we?
Oh, it's too late now anyway, so we're halfway through the
too late.
season.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, no one cares.
Jinx.
But that is going to be hashtag SHINIESOFTHEWEEK, hashtag shiny of the week at Incensed Podcast, and tag us in your post, and you'll be read out at the end of the show, my favourite section, which is called Shinies of the Week.
And boys, didn't Coops make that sound very difficult for something that's really simple?
It's not simple though, Marky. Back me up. It's not simple.
It wasn't smooth, Coops, but you got there, and that's all that matters. It's not about the speed; it's about getting to the destination.
Tortoise of the hair.
It's not about the journey; it's about the destination. Or is it the other way round?
To be honest, as soon as I read the show notes and it said Coops to the intro, I literally have not slept for the last 3 days.
He's having cold sweats.
I think you only did about 3 all year last year, didn't you?
Yeah, probably. It will only be 3 again this year.
It's time for getting to know you with the Incensed Podcast.
You can tell I didn't plan anything.
You're actually
Anyway,
bud.
we'll take it to a part that has been planned, and this is becoming a tradition. Last year on our New Year's show, we didn't set resolutions because, personally speaking, I don't believe in them, but we did actually set goals of what we wanted to achieve in 2023. So we'll go through those now. And I didn't throw this at you as a surprise, boys. It's in the show notes if you bothered to read them. And then we'll also talk about what we want to do in 2024. So,
where's that sound effect?
It's coming.
It's coming. Okay, so the goals that we set last year. Mark, your goal last year for 2023 was to travel more and see somewhere brand new.
So, I did travel. I'd struggle to say I travelled more than I did in 22, but I did travel a hell of a lot in 22. 23, saw some new places. I saw Berlin for the first time. Was Berlin last year? Oh, no.
That was 22.
Oh, hold on. Maybe I haven't then.
We're talking about 23. It's
He's not read the
technically
show
this
notes
year,
either.
although this is the New Year's show.
So, not as far sort of abroad this year, but I did see Barcelona, which is a new place. Never been to Barcelona before.
That's a win.
Very, very pleased. Sorry,
You
Coops?
did come down to London as well, didn't you, for a weekend? Didn't you?
Yeah, went to Croydon, didn't we?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Technically travel.
Yeah.
Well, nearly Croydon.
Yeah, nearly Croydon. That's the closest I've ever been to Croydon, so that was good.
It's the closest you're going to go to Croydon.
Yeah, and
Just dip your toe in.
absolutely. And I did also memorably have a nice long weekend down in Exeter, which is a place I've never actually not been to before properly. So yeah, nice.
And Portsmouth?
Oh yeah, Portsmouth. Not been to Portsmouth before either. I like this here.
Well, that's a yes, then.
Keep reminding me in any more I've done.
So I think that's pretty much all the places we went to this year for yourself. Yeah, so that seems like you pretty much achieved your 2023 goal.
Tick.
Now, Coops, yours was quite a vague goal of getting your life together for 2023. So, did you get your life together, dude?
So you know what's really funny? And yes, I didn't really read the show notes, but what I did do, I did read this section. No, and I thought this was really good because I totally forgot we did this last year. And I do just want to say...
Like last year's.
Yes.
Oh, did we do it last year?
We did it last year as well.
Yeah, we did it last year and we all didn't know what happened.
Oh, yeah, because we had the New Year's resolution and... Yes, yeah, I remember that.
The first year I made a point of saying I don't do them, and then last year Milo tweaked it for goals.
Yeah, so Ian could actually participate.
Yes, so I can safely say with every single fibre of my being, 9,000,000%, I have absolutely got my goal from this time last year to right now of getting my life together. Yes, give me another one. I need another 2 or 3.
I think so, yeah. That's quite a momentous feat.
It is, actually.
I think so, Coops. From our perspective, I'll speak from my perspective. Yeah. It certainly feels like you have, and you can see that energy in you again. And actually, you've gone to the energy you have to
see that in the episode absences.
And beyond that, well, yeah,
they're getting more frequent, aren't they? As his life's getting better.
I do just want to clarify, and it's a bit weird to all the listeners, but the less that I'm on the show, the more my life is actually getting together, just so everyone's aware. It sounds weird, but it's kind of true.
It sounds weird to an outsider, but because we know what you do for a living,
that
it does make sense that the less you're here, it's actually better.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, I can safely say that. Obviously, me and my missus, we now live together. You can do this every time I say something. Got a little dog. No, man, life is really good. Life is really good, and especially because I've got a feeling this time last year I hadn't started my new career.
So
you
hadn't.
No,
you hadn't. No,
I hadn't.
You was just
no.
about.
So yeah,
to start
I can safely say, mate, you can, a bit like Mark, you can put a big green tick next to mine.
And I just want to say, compared to last week, you've actually got lights on today in the house.
Yeah, I've paid my electricity bill.
That's how in shape his life is now.
Yeah.
So, Fetus, you set many goals last year.
Possibly foolishly.
So, we'll go through them one at a time. Make fitness more of your daily routine.
I can answer this one for him.
You actually can't, though, to be fair.
There's a lot of different types of fitness, isn't there, Milo? It's not all about being outdoors running, is it, my man?
Or walking, playing Pokemon Go. No, I have been doing more heat exercises when I can do. So that would be a tick. Perhaps not as often as I would have liked to, but I have definitely done more.
So your second goal, it's a two-parter, was more travel and get to APAC, Japan in 2023 was a definite goal you set.
So that, through no fault of my own, is 50-50. Yeah. Because
he's going to play Niantic now, isn't he? Like they announced the Go Fest so late.
If you put London Go Fest and Japan,
but didn't host Worlds, did they, in Japan in 23? Did they?
What? While I'm going to New York,
I'm
going to do that.
Milo.
But yeah, it's unfortunate circumstances, and plus what we did in London was awesome together as a podcast. So
yes,
may not have got to Japan, but definitely saw some more places. Been to Poland for the first time, new parts of Italy. New York again for the first time in over a decade, Barcelona for the first time, and of course Vegas.
Wow, bro!
Plus a few more.
No, you know what? Fair play to you. Fair play to you.
This is where it starts to go downhill. Ian, next.
Yeah, there was one more goal which And at the
time,
Coop said, "Yes, that's easily achievable," which was the goal of 20k subs on YouTube.
Alas, didn't quite make it.
Closer though.
Definitely close, but no cigar on that one.
So what are you 18 now?
No, just a shade over 17.
Okay.
Which, if you round up,
20. Round up to 20.
Yeah, round up
exactly.
to 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't round it up in fives because then it'll be 15, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
just round it down.
Mate, and big growth, folk. Big growth spikes. I remember being in Liverpool with you when you hit 5k.
Yeah, that's true.
That was that was memorable. Yeah. And like, what's that been now? Just over a year?
2 years.
What was it? 2 years. It was October, was it? 2011, was it? Liverpool.
Yeah.
Was it 2011 or was it 2012? It was 2011, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh.
2021.
21, yeah. I see. 2011, did I say? Jesus Christ. But yeah, from 5k to 17k, bud, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm pleased with how things have gone.
It was an optimistic target, but I mean, maybe next year you'll hit 25. I don't know. Who said?
Well, of course, I would like to ask Ian your sort of goal, not a New Year's resolution, as you have said. Travel as much as I can across the UK and abroad. What would you say?
So,
had a good crack at it, and
this year I did go to Portsmouth with you guys. We did the London Go Fest.
Yeah.
I have done a couple of events down in Ealing, but that's not really travel, is it? Let's face it.
You have to get in the car, don't you?
Wait. Do you know what I love? He's doing the soundboard himself. So even when he did Ealing, he still gave himself a
on that one. Yeah.
Now,
but you've been abroad.
I would have done more UK travel, but my car has been quite troublesome this year, so I haven't travelled as much across the UK as I would like to. But you know what? I'll take what we did. I'll take the London Go Fest. I'll take the Portsmouth, the University of Portsmouth weekend, and I will take the couple of events I did in Ealing. Now abroad, I'm going to give myself one of these because I did do Vegas.
Yeah,
I did do Barcelona, and I did do Go Fest New York. So that's more than I could have hoped to have done, actually, to be fair, this year.
You did do a little bit around Arizona and stuff as well.
While I was in Vegas, I actually did a little bit of a side detour to Arizona. Yes, so I'll give myself one of those. So yeah, that's 2023 done, dusted.
Well done, by the way, boys. Well done.
I was just going to say that. Well done.
Yeah, well done, everybody. Now, it's that time where we set our goals for 2024, and whoever gets getting to know you next year can review these. So let's go in the same order. So, Mark, what would you set as your personal goals for 2024?
That's a great question, Ian. It's a good job I read the show notes, isn't it?
Wow.
I need to take a leaf out of your book and set myself no targets for 2024.
I did set targets.
Because that way I'll be okay, I'm sure.
I didn't set resolutions, but I set targets.
Resolutions, yeah. No, I'm not going to make anything that I've tried to do before and failed at, because why would I start doing them now? That's kind of where my head is with it. But one thing I am going to do in 24 is be better at having a better schedule in my life. I do things lastminute.com. I always try and wing things, and I'm good at keeping work and personal life split very well. That's one thing I do take a bit of pride in. It's taken a while to get there, but I do.
That's a tough thing. That's a tough call sometimes.
Absolutely. But I do want to give things more thought and have a little bit more sort of planning to it. So for 2024, I'd like to actually do things in some sort of order, if that makes sense. Just be better. It's probably going to be difficult to measure that. So for others not knowing, because I probably know what I do as opposed to how I've got there. But I'm going to keep going with the YouTube in 24. That's going to be my challenge to myself, is to I'm not going to say do more or do less, just do it for another year. Because this year has been hard, and I have contemplated giving it up, if I'm being honest with you. But I think I'm in a better headspace with my creativity piece now, and sat here now, I've got a new home and a new life.
Yeah, the shed.
I can focus stuff now, and so that's going to be probably the one that will be easy to measure when we're all talking about it next year. So yeah,
El Casual.
Yeah, the question last year meant so much. I don't know, it was a vague answer, but it meant so much to me, and it sitting here having 5 minutes after since you've asked that, I'm kind of damn, because that's why I'm so shocked that you brought it up, because I was God, I forget that we do that, and you think it's actually been a whole year since we asked that.
It's
crazy. In my head I had a revelation. I was like, oh my God, as if I said get my life together, and a year on I can fully say that I've done it exactly that. So, not to be a bit more vague this year, but I kind of want to keep...
That's a typical Coop's answer, isn't it?
That is exactly what I was going to say. I mean, listen, obviously she's not here, so I can say it, but, an engagement potentially might be on the cards next summer.
You better let him know first, hadn't you? It's a bit rude not to let him know. I mean,
if you did the missus to go for Dax, well, that's not nice.
Yeah, true. I didn't know what you were getting at then, Mark. But yeah, who knows? That might be on the horizon. But yeah, it sounds so shifty, but I think this time next year I'll be laughing. So let's keep it as my life is now on track. So let's keep it on track and don't do anything to mess it up.
Yeah. As somebody has messed something that good up, don't do it, Coops.
Yeah, I appreciate the advice, Ian. Sorry for calling you old. I feel bad now.
It's all right, sunshine. Don't worry. Anyway, Mr. Hangover.
Hello?
Hello?
I will try and streamline it this year and not put so many targets out there, but let's keep the ball rolling on the content and stuff. I would like to hit 30k by the end of the year.
Big target.
Of 2024. And alongside of that, be more creative and perhaps open to opportunities with the bits and content that I do. Travel to do more events, even if it's just...
Does that mean we're going to get you out of Ealing?
Possibly.
Boys, you heard that.
You can hold that to me at the end of 2024, but I would like to visit more places to do other events and do more live events that I can get to, be it City Safaris or Go Fest, etc., wherever they're going to be in 2024. So push myself, basically.
Genuinely believe, because I know obviously you're going to LA in Feb, I genuinely believe, mate, that 30k subs on YouTube is easy. I think so, personally.
Well, let's see if you're going to be as wrong.
I was going to say, this sounds vaguely reminiscent of last year. Easily achievable.
But I like the faith. I really appreciate the belief.
I don't want to speak for you, because only you know what you think you've done, how you've got to where you are, and what you've done yourself, mate. But you've got to take a little bit of that high expectation away from you, because like this year, 23, as a mate talking to you, you've done a lot. You've shifted it a bit. You've had to realise it's like a proper full-time focus. In 22, you were doing very different things, still doing the content, but 23 off the back of some big events which you had at the end of 21, which opened your eyes to it. It was actually I can do this if I really keep going. And like you were talking about creativity and that, your creativity is top notch, bud. But like, I think our combined New Year's resolution, and I know you've got to do yours, is we all need to meet up outside of Pokemon GO in 24, and that should be our combined New Year's resolution. Because it's you've got to treat it like a job, and I think we all need to have time together when it's not our job, and I think that'd be quite fun. But no, don't be hard on yourself, mate. Like you get the momentum going. We've said it, haven't we, Ian? You get the momentum going, it can happen. And travelling LA for you boys is going to be phenomenal. I
sure hope so. It should be fantastic.
Yep. And speaking of LA, Coops is even going to be there with us this year.
I know. Can you believe it?
Jeez, you can knock me down with a feather.
Going to be honest, my debit card is already crying. It's already screaming.
I know you said to me, like you said to me and Mark last week, you're like, if I'd have booked it a couple of days later, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's not LA I'm worried about. It's when I went on to buy the ticket from Niantic, $100. I thought, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
you winding me up?
I didn't even buy the T-shirt. I thought, no.
No. But what about you then, Ian? Obviously, I feel like we've all given some good ones for this year. What's your plan? No, sorry, your goal. Sorry, let me get that right.
Yeah, plan, goal. Yeah, I'll take either. It's actually, in some ways, it's fairly similar to Mark and Milo. I really do need to, I wouldn't say, well, let's be honest, I need to focus on YouTube a little bit more, because working as many hours as I do, it is difficult to fit it in. So I need to continue to do what I've been doing on YouTube, but also find new ways of doing it, because, and I think, I can't remember who I actually read it on, X, was saying that audiences' tastes are changing now. So if we're doing the same sort of videos we were doing like 3 or 4 years ago, people aren't going to be interested. And I think that has shown in, let's face it, all of our viewing figures recently. So I do need to focus on YouTube. I would like to grow my YouTube channel, but I'm not going to put a number on it because, again, part-time. But I would like to put some focus there, but it's got to be the same target as this year. Just travel as much as I can. I know Mark and I have said we'd like to do a few things Pokemon Go-wise early in 2024 and throughout the year. Hopefully now Milo's made that pledge to the world. we'll get Milo to come to some events. And if Coops, if you're not working, man, if you want 5 minutes playing the game, you're more than welcome to join us. And
probably not.
I'm starting 2024 off as Coops and Milo is. I am going to LA, and I would like to do more international travel in 2024. So hopefully we have a nice European Go Fest. Hopefully we have somewhere accessible in the States for a Go Fest, because I'm going to be honest with you, whilst if it is in Hawaii like Worlds is next year, there's no way financially I can afford to do that.
Likewise.
So I'm hoping that the American Go Fest is somewhere accessible. But yeah, travel and grow my YouTube channel. They're my 2 targets for 2024.
Done.
And we'll come back to those in 12 months.
All of us together.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Done and dusted. Well, there it is. Like you said, Milo. Yeah. Oh, mate, let's hope it's not goes as quick as what this year's done, because, looking back, it's kind of crazy.
True.
But, Marky.
Coopsy.
I don't know if you are Sir Game Lord. Are you Sir Game?
I'm taking the last one for the year. I've cheated the system a bit. That's one. I'll be more honest in 24 Coops, but I am the self-proclaimed Game Lord.
Chasing the tail, tail to chase, it's chasing the tail.
I sent him a message on Christmas Day.
Did you give it the Game Lord title?
Yeah.
He gifted it. To be fair, doing it this way is good because we can all take part in this game. And I'll promise you, I'm not going to name any proper animals. Okay, call back to Tadpole a few weeks ago. Chasing the Tail is a word associated game with the names of Pokemon. The person starting off will name a Pokemon, and the following player has to name a Pokemon starting with the last letter of that aforementioned Pokemon. However, there are a few little caveats that go with it. Caveats, I've used that word again. It's come back.
I love the word caveat.
I do, it's a good word. Each round we play, you can't have any repeats. So when we start a new round, doesn't matter. That Pokemon has been used before and cannot be repeated. And also we have a very, very vague sort of time limit. If you're a couple of seconds, you'll be fine. If you're a bit longer than that, you're probably going to hear this noise. There we go. I will start off in the order that I can see everyone on my lovely screen here. So that'll be me going first, Mr. Vassafal second, Pokemon UK YT third. That is a mouthful. And Casual Coops,
she said.
in fourth place. Let us start the final game of 23. I will start with the Pokemon Bulbasaur,
Rowlet,
Terrakion,
Nidoking,
Geodude,
Ekans,
Celio,
Omastar,
Rattata,
Ampharos,
Sewaddle,
Eevee,
Espolion.
That's a fusion right there.
He tried it.
I was meant to say Esper.
You could have
I was meant to say yes, and it went.
That's what. Is that what Empoleon Mega evolved into?
Espolion.
Right. Okay. So I will start round 2. So I'll be starting with Espeon,
Nidoqueen,
Noivern,
Nidoran,
Noibat,
Tyranitar,
Raichu,
Umbreon,
Nincada,
Alakazam,
Mightyana,
Axew,
Wobbuffet,
Timber,
Reshiram,
oh no, Magnemite,
Escavalier,
Riolu,
Uxie,
another E.
Come on.
E's and M's. It was E's and M's, wasn't
So
it?
many E's.
Too many E's.
Okay, Whitfield.
Sorry, can I just say, for the bloke that doesn't play anymore, I was pulling out some crackers
Pulled out
there,
some
weren't I?
good mons.
Yeah.
Have you been listening to old episodes?
No, it's just been reading the Pokédex.
Yeah.
Okay,
Quickly, S in the storage.
so for the final time in 2023 on our New Year's show, the final is between the trainer formerly known as Casual Coops and Pogo Milo UK YT.
Formerly known as.
Because retired casual, surely, from a couple of weeks ago.
So Pogo Milo UK YT, your Pokemon is, don't hate me, wishy-washy.
That's okay. Illumise.
I actually
He's a nightmare.
like the thing is, Yeti, like this is what annoys me about you. You knew that even though you said that it was going to end up bad on me.
I didn't.
Knew that.
He didn't. I could have gone Ivysaur. I just chose
Well, why didn't you, Milo?
because I want to win. I want to be Game Lord in 24.
So Whitfield gets the title of Game Lord back.
I promise I won't be hungover for this one.
How is it another E? All the E's. I need to start looking at.
You don't realize
E's.
how many Pokemon finish with the letter E.
It's crazy.
Until you listen to this game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even though I'm bitter, Pokemon UK YT, congratulations.
Grazie, thank you. We love that game. It's a cracker.
It is. It's a classic.
But gents, not to sort of like, move it on, but obviously, as you know, a few years ago, 151 weeks ago to be very precise, for some random, silly, stupid reason, we started a podcast together. Now, the podcast is, fortunately on some weeks, unfortunately on others, about a game that we all love to hate, Pokémon GO. So I do feel like probably half hour into the episode, we probably should do a bit of talking.
I thought you were going to say
Pokemon
Jurassic
Go.
World Alive.
Wow.
Monopoly Go.
Scrabble Go.
NBA All World.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to Pikmin Bloom. I think it's safe to say over the last 2 or 3 months, Pokemon Go all over YouTube has not been doing as well as it was towards the start in the middle of the year. I think it's very apparent.
100%.
Content creators have made that very open, and it's been a massive discussion on social media as well. So I do kind of like these questions because I don't want Pokemon Go to die. Milo, you don't. Ian, you don't. Marky Boy, you don't.
What
None
would
of
we
us
do on a
do.
Tuesday night if it
Yeah.
is?
Exactly. What would we do?
Well,
Oh,
Coops
we'll
would never
talk
hear
about
it.
it.
Anyway, is he?
Yeah, that's true.
God damn it, you got to jump in before me. But I want to just ask a question. We're talking about, goals that we've achieved this year, goals that we want to achieve next year, going into that new year, new me, hashtag new year, new me kind of vibe. So I want to ask you guys in a little sort of discussion, what one thing would you like to see in Pokemon Go for 2024? Marky Boy.
I would love to just see one simple thing change to Pokemon Go, and that's just transparency. That's all I want.
Oh, so the creator's not the game itself.
But also for the players to actually see what you're actually getting for your hard-earned money playing the game, because I don't buy into this whole thing that Pokemon Go should be the only game that I know, mobile game, and I play not a lot anymore, reveals the odds of things happening in it. I don't like how Pokemon Go just carries on hiding behind this mask, like it doesn't have to tell you anything. But I think I'd just like to see him just do a clean sweep, bit of transparency, so everyone knows what they're doing, everyone knows what's going on. That in itself will get the players that have died off a little bit and the people that have left the game potentially coming back. I don't think it needs all the old players to come back to give it an injection. I think new players are just as important, but I think doing that would be a good starting point. That's the one thing I'd like, transparency.
Do you know what's funny? They could release, the shiny rates for eggs and all the boosted rates for eggs, and I could print it all around my house. I still wouldn't buy the eggs, though.
That's a good point.
Absolutely.
Or there's people the other way that it doesn't matter. Yeah.
No stats will outdo your personal experience.
No, none. Too little, too late. No, Marky, I appreciate that. Right, so I'll put you down as transparency. And again, we'll come back in a year. Pokemon UK YT. I can imagine you've probably got a few on the list, bro, but what sort of takes the top spot for you?
Honestly, it's actually quite tricky to think, and I liked Mark's one. I really do think that is a very good point, but I'm going to go with better quality control when it comes to existing updates and new released features, because this year it's been pathetic, frankly. Everything that got released as a new feature, their blockbuster summer, which turned out to be very much a lead balloon, it has been broken in one form or another. There are many factors that we won't dive into because we'll be here until next year's new year. But if they pace themselves, better quality control, and actually take their time developing things so that they work and get released in a good way.
You make a good point, I kind of feel like looking at the game when I was doing all the raids this time, kind of, not this time last year, but basically 12 months ago to now with all these new things. the game's exactly the same. Like they've literally added 0. Like they've added
loads of new features.
Difference.
Yeah, but
you could play Pokemon Go as it was, but these new features add nothing.
Nothing.
Really.
Like literally.
Hang on.
Plus, they're broken.
Do not besmirch showcases. Mark loves them. Do not take that away from him.
I do actually like showcases.
No, but I know what you mean, though, Mal. As you said that, I had a thought, and I thought, actually, it makes a good point. From a year ago, they've added about 10 new game-breaking features, and none of them make any difference to your normal
they even
gameplay.
flew creators out to Seattle to see a lot of these new features.
It's just these things of like, you remember back on, what was it, Wooper Community Day in November, and also Mareep and stuff, the showcases turned out to be Squirtle.
That's because they were broken, yes. Yeah.
There's all of these things of like, why release something prematurely when it's going to be broken? And it just shows they don't quality control or check things properly.
So you say better execution, Milo? Is that
better execution?
I don't know if I'm allowed to mention
words.
this. Ian might tell me off, but I don't think we've really got time to do a proper segment on it. But is that like when they by accident released the white Kyurem and the black Kyurem into the game?
Yes, exactly that.
By the way, traders, this was released accidentally.
Yeah, that was crazy. Going into the new
so
year.
Many. There's like the expanded spawn radius thing that was implemented. The creators, people were partnered and told this is a new feature, and then 2 days later they pulled back on it and said no, this is a mistake, and everyone's like, so what are you doing?
Left hand, right hand. Yeah.
Why is it all the things that they make mistakes on are the best things they release in the game, isn't it? It's like
because they're mistakes.
It's like, give the people what they want, or even keep one of them in the game. It's just like, leave it. Who's going to be doing GBL if they left them in? Everyone's going to be doing GBL.
You get me doing it. Jeez.
That's a lot of effort, though, isn't it, to get to level 20, to get to rank 20?
I'll do it. That would have been my New Year's resolution, is do more GPL.
Do you know what's so funny? When I saw that article and I thought there's no way they've released black and white Kyurem through GBL, I thought, I bet the 3 lads are gutted. They were. It did make me laugh. Ian Waterfall, what about you, bud? What's your take for 2024?
What I would like to see, I don't see happening, but I would like to see them actually get through and finish off Mega Pokemon. I think there's still potentially too many for them to get them all out in 2024, but I mean, Megas have been around for a couple of years now, and I would just like to see them get rid of Megas and just move on to a new mechanic, because I don't know about you, the best ones are still to come, but it's kind of old hat now. I'm kind of a bit bored of Megas.
Yeah, Mega Camerupt.
Mega Camerupt, Mega Mewtwo,
Mega Cryogonal,
Mega Sharpedo. There's still a few good ones left to come.
Mega Coops.
Don't forget you've got Mega Empoleon, which evolves into Espeon. I know what you mean. When you have Mega Venusaur back for the 19th time in raid,
it's like
for 3
you
weeks,
just roll your eyes. I'm not wasting any time, money, or effort
Yeah.
into these. The only time really is when a new one's released. You do it, you get your Mega Energy. Then, unless you're chasing the hundo,
you're done.
Absolutely,
it's game over. Move the game forward. I'm going to use your catchphrase, Coops. Move the game
Ooh,
forward.
Hey.
Hello. I'll answer this one lastly, if that's all right with you, gentlemen. So it's only me left, isn't it? Obviously, I feel like Marky Boy and Milo, yours are kind of more about like Niantic's mindset and how they run things.
Yeah.
Whereas Ian, I'm going to say something like you. Mine's actually about Pokemon Go, like the gameplay. You're all probably going to go, oh, Coops, you've said this 100 times, but this is what I would like to see in 2024.
You know what? Before you say it, Coops, I'm just going to say, whatever you say, I'm actually going to put a lot of stock in, because last year you said the only thing I want next year is Mega Tyranitar, and we got it.
We got it.
And he predicted the ready button.
And the ready button, yes, yeah, you did, yeah.
Here we go. He's got form. 2 out of 2.
Hang on. Wait.
So about 2 days ago, I was opening some gifts. I was only opening and sending my 5 gifts that I get from my buddy.
Christmas gifts.
I did as well.
Yeah. And I was opening, some best friends, because I thought, I don't like to leave them hanging. Do you know what I mean? Open a few besties. Why not?
Was one of them Daxi?
No, I did. We didn't go lucky. But what I did do, I opened one from Ken from Lured Up. And me and my bestie, me and Ken have gone lucky friends. Now, before you roll your eyes, Ian, I got that second of, yes, lucky friends. And then straight away, I went,
I'm never going to see them.
It's just going to be sat. It's going to be sat here for another 9 years. And then when you eventually do see this person, you talk and you catch up and you go for a drink and dinner, you totally forgot that you've got a lucky trade, and then you end up going home and you don't do it anyway. The amount of times I've done that is ridiculous. So not to sound like a parrot and not to sound boring, but something, at this point, literally anything, doing anything with lucky best friend trades would be amazing in 2024. It doesn't have to be a world remote trade. It doesn't have to be that, but just doing something. Give us another option where we can do something in the game that we can, get rid of the lucky friends, but because of that, we get 10k Stardust. I mean, something.
Oh, actually, I 100% agree with that.
Like at some point, I've literally had lucky friends there lit up as orange for, it feels an eternity, and something on Niantic's side has to be done with that, especially if they want us to create research with make a new friend like we've just had
Mateo.
last week.
They could use Mateo for something,
That's what I'm saying. Like they go make 3 new friends. A lot of people on this do over social media, over Discord, over Campfire, which is the app that they created. And then when you eventually get to best friends, you get lucky, and all of a sudden you find out they live in East Asia, so it's pointless. So it's just something they have to do something with that lucky best friend part of the game, because it's so good, but at the moment it is absolutely horrendous. But yeah,
they just sit there, don't they? Just don't open gifts to them anymore, because there's no point keeping the interactions going, are they? Because you're lucky friends, and there's nothing else you can really achieve, because it just takes a gift from someone else, doesn't it? And they just sit there.
Exactly. I think you're on something, Chris, because let's face it, out of the millions upon millions of people that play Pokemon Go, there's a very, very small proportion of people that will actually travel to live events, and then the chance of you both being at the same live event to do the trade
is even smaller.
It's even smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like another massive thing on their list of like being hypocrites. Like, yeah, get out and go, make new friends, but when you get there, you're actually not going to get anything. They're just going to sit there in your storage for no reason.
Yeah. You get Vivian from these people, from your postcards.
I don't think I've still not got one here. But yeah, anyway, that is my take. So, boys, see you all in a year, and we'll see what happens with that
Your next show, eh?
The intro will still be a mess.
Well, it's all very well wishing and wanting for stuff in Pokemon Go during 2024. Wishy-washy, maybe. I don't know. But what we do know, January's here in...
It is. It's the news.
It is, and this feels so surreal, boys. This is the first time in 3 New Year shows where we can actually cover the New Year 2024 event before it happens.
Just.
Because, yes, tomorrow is January the 1st. 2024 starts tomorrow, January the 1st, and the Pokemon Go New Year event starts at 10 a.m. on the 1st, and it will run through 8 p.m. on Wednesday the 3rd, local time. Now, we know that Milo is partial to a costumed Mon.
So is Marky.
And
I love a costume Mon, Mr. Ian.
Well, this is your Mon, Mark. This is your Mon, Marky boy. Jigglypuff is making its debut wearing, get this, a ribbon.
So
it's your one, Ian. So Ian, this is.
Yeah, Jigglypuff's got the Zoe ribbon on, which actually is quite cool. And of course, its evolution, Wigglytuff, will also be able to be there with that little green bow. Looks pretty cool, actually, not going to lie.
Yeah.
So what can we expect in the 2024 New Year event? Well, during this event, festive fireworks will light up the skies. And a little note from Niantic here. We hope you enjoy the colourful decor.
No, we hope they turn them on like they forgot to do, what was it, how many events ago?
Yeah, exactly.
See, I wouldn't mind if they don't. We'll talk about it next week, but the overland map for the Christmas event was just really poorly executed. We'll get into it next week, but yeah, let's just hope they do it well.
Mm-hmm.
So, event bonuses. Milo's favourite bonus in the whole wide world, half egg hatch distance when eggs are placed into incubators during the event. But that's not all. Quarter egg hatch distance for the first 3 eggs, and we had this, I think, last year during the event when using the egg hatching widget, which surely everybody's got by now.
I had it, then I got rid of it. So I hope I'll get another 3.
No, I don't have. Oh my God. New phones from however many months ago.
Whitfield? Look, That's what you need. Egg hatching Witcher. It doesn't take up any
I know
space.
it exists.
Yeah, we know it exists, Ian.
Well, thank you for your reminder.
Because Ian, he doesn't hatch eggs.
Really?
I wish I could actually say that. I'm not exactly Go Crash Chris, but I wish I didn't hatch eggs because I hate them. Anyway. Right, wild encounters for the event. As previously mentioned, Jigglypuff wearing a ribbon will be the debut for this event.
We've then got Hoot Hoot, Hoot's back, wearing a New Year's outfit.
That famous Hoenn Pokemon, according to Coops. Darumaka is in a Unovan form here.
And some trainers might encounter, I love how they've taken the if you're lucky at, because you really are not lucky if you get this one, Bronzor. And of course, all 4 of these can be shiny. I mean, why would you even put and some trainers may encounter a Bronzor? Seriously.
It's a Perma Booster shiny.
It's a perk.
It's a perk. But what I want to know is what are 2024's first 1-star raids going to be, Master?
I want to know as well, and there's only really one man that can talk to us about these pink eggs, isn't there?
100%.
To be honest with you, I thought I was going to ditch these after my efforts last year, but we start a new year. No. A selection of 1-star raids starting for this New Year's event. And anyway,
moving on. Yeah. Jinx.
Oh, smooches. Pokemon that feature in the 1-star raid are all very much costume focused. It's a shame they will not be spawning in the wild.
It's not a shame.
It's not a shame. Well, that's
not
true.
A shame.
So we've got the starters. It's all signs point to Kanto. We've got Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle all donning their party hats, and they can all be shiny. We've also got one that's in the wild. That's Hoot Hoot wearing a New Year's outfit. An old favourite that you can never get sick of the sight of it. It's Wurmple wearing a party hat, which of course can be shiny, but it's where the 3-star costume raids are really looking at their best.
I'll be the bearer of very is maybe a bit strong, but it's good news. All
is it
4,
really?
Well, 4 of them can be shiny. All 4 of them, which is a bit of a novelty. So they're all party hat costume Pokemon, of course. Raticate wearing a party hat.
Ooh.
Nidorino wearing a party hat. Gengar wearing a party hat. And probably my personal favourite, Wobbuffet wearing a party hat.
And I still need the shiny for Wobbuffet.
Likewise.
But where it gets really spicy, the Ultra Beasts are back, boys.
Woohoo!
So it says 5-star raids, tier 5 raids. Now, as we know, these are not legendaries, but they are in tier 5 raids. So depending on where you live in the world will depend on which one of these Ultra Beasts will be spawning in your area. Now, bear in mind, remote raids do still exist, despite what X would have you think, and you will be able to raid for each of the other mons. Now, if you live in the Americas, Buzzwole will be your mon. If you live in APAC, the one that I love and the one that I know Whitfield wants the hundo of,
Big time.
Xurkitree will be spawning. And if you live in Europe, it says Europe, EMEA, so basically Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Pheromosa will be spawning. I'm sorry, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. We kind of got the short end of the wedge there, but Zerk is still there.
It's so short the wedge doesn't exist anymore. That's a really bad. It's unfortunate. We said it for 2022 Go Fest.
We did. And I seem to remember Marky got Pheromosa before the rest of us, actually, because of Go Fest in Berlin.
I did, and then I got Xurkitree before all of you because of Go Fest in Sapporo that came to
Sapporo in the
village.
southwest.
Sapporo in Swindon.
Sapporo in the countryside in the southwest, yes. Part of me was going, oh, God, why don't they just mix these up? They don't need to. We've got remote raiding, haven't we, Ian? Despite what X makes everyone believe.
Despite what people like X and all the little virtue signalers on X would have you believe,
I will
there
say,
are still remote
I'm
raids.
only raiding APAC. I may go backpacking to Asia for the next week. It's the only one that's worth it.
I will raid Buzzwole and I'll raid Xurkitree. Unfortunately, I won't be doing the European ones.
Why didn't they just drop these shiny? Oh!
It's so annoying, but
they will come. They will come.
This is similar to earlier in 2023 when Katana and Celesteela returned. They had no shiny for some reason. So,
but also remember, we are still waiting for more Ultra Beasts. They haven't even got the release of all of the Ultra Beasts. So
they dropped
I
Nihilego.
won't expect the shinies. Oh, they did actually. Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll take back my comment. Yeah.
But
okay.
Niantic doing Niantic. But Ian, you said you hate eggs. And boy, oh boy, there's a lot of things in the eggs in these 3 days. So why don't you take it away, Cascada?
Okay, well, let's do it. So, in the 7K eggs...
What's in these huevos?
Huevos rancheros. So the easy way to avoid these eggs is just don't open gifts. So
I'm okay with that.
Pichu wearing a party hat, Cleffer, Igglybuff, Togepi, Tyro. Oh, you see, I need that one. Need that one.
Don't do it, Vasa.
Smoochum, Elekid, Magby, Azurill, Wynaut. Still need that one. So
do you still need that one, Ian?
There's 2 out of the 10 Mons there that I actually still need as shiny.
I need 2 of them as well.
I don't think it's enough to get me to open these 7Ks.
Even if you said, I need 10 of the 10 available, you probably wouldn't get one. So
but let's face it, let's look at this. What are you going to get? You're going to get loads of Pichu in a party hat that aren't shiny. You're going to get loads of Igglybuff, quite a few Cleffer, and loads of Smoochum.
Oh, I need 4 of them, Ian, actually. I need 4 of these 10,
Oh,
actually.
do you?
I need Pichu wearing the party hat. I need Cleffer. I need Tyrogue, and I need Smoochum.
The odds are still not good. Don't do it.
Tune in next week to see how it went.
Do as we say, not as we do. Moving on.
However, something that is actually completely free is the field research task encounters. And apparently there are only going to be 2 options, both of which are available in the wild. So the following Pokemon will be available to be encountered through these research tasks. It's Unova and Darumaka. And if... No, it's not if you're lucky.
No, it's
Sorry.
not if you're lucky anymore.
You're lucky if you find the shiny of these, but some trainers might even encounter the following, and Bronzor is apparently in the higher rated tier, so I don't know what the task is going to be. Hatch 400,000 eggs.
Shiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that's not all.
Oh my god, I've just seen it.
That's not all.
I need this in my life.
Okay, go for it then, Whitfield. Go on.
So the new avatar item is a Darumaka hat. And well,
it looks amazing.
It looks
really
like
does.
It looks like a Darumaka has sat really hard down on the head of your avatar. Let's just put it that way.
You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those hats where you need. If you're a bit clumsy, you might bump into things. It looks like one of those hats, so you don't just like fall into the wall or something.
Yeah, it does actually. It looks like you're in an asylum, basically, is what Ian's trying to say.
I was trying to say it quite eloquently and
eloquently. They're interesting, aren't they? Because I've got to say, it looks wrong, doesn't it? Let's just say it looks wrong.
It looks hysterical.
It looks so wrong.
It looks hysterical.
But something that isn't wrong, something that's wholly right, there will be event bundles for this event. Now, for 99 Pokecoins, yes, you heard me right, 99 Pokecoins, we'll be saving 1 whole Pokecoin. You'll get 1 incubator and a premium battle pass. Now, that is actually pretty good value.
Wait for it to be a one-time deal, or 1 purchase only.
Yes.
If you do want to pay a whole $1, there'll be some paid research, won't there, Mark?
There will be, and for $1, all the equivalent pricing tier in your local currency, you'll be able to access an event-exclusive time research. Remember that, it's timed research. Do not leave it, because it will disappear. If you do it in the time limit that you've got, and looking at the rewards on here, why wouldn't you? You can complete the research tasks to encounter event-specific Pokemon and earn Stardust, XP, and Pokecoins.
Now, didn't Del Hazard X say this in a previous episode about when he wanted the bundles and so forth, actually giving Pokecoins as a reward?
He did.
You're paying $1, you're getting Pokecoins as a reward.
Yeah, how much, though? We'll find out.
Well, yeah, as a minimum, you'll get 2, because that's plural of Pokecoin.
Yeah.
However, you can encounter in this timed research Jigglypuff wearing a ribbon, Hoothoot wearing a New Year's outfit, and Wurmple wearing that lovely party hat, which all 3 of them can be shiny. Now, it does say you must claim it before Jan the 3rd at 8 p.m, which is when the event ends at local time.
I have been guilty of that. You do all the time research, you don't claim your rewards, and they just disappear. So claim them. Once you've done them, just claim them.
How many Pokecoins do you reckon we're going to get then? 2?
I hope it's the amount you get for $1, which is, what, 100?
I can't see it being less than 50, but I hope it's 100.
If it's 100, then it's like
for the ticket.
The monetary value of $1 worth of Pokecoins, which would make sense.
But bear in mind, you are also getting the Stardust, the XP, and the encounters with those 3 months.
We'll be able to directly correlate how much Niantic views Stardust and these encounters versus Pokecoin?
We will. And we'll find out next week.
In a day.
We sure will.
Next weekend, yes, you heard me right. Next weekend, we have the first Community Day of 2024. And you know what? I'm actually pretty excited about it. It's a great shiny, new release shiny, and it's a starter. It's the cute little owl, Rowlet. Now, the Community Day will be on January the 6th between 2 and 5 p.m. And if you check your calendars, that is actually a Saturday Community Day. We love Saturday Community Days.
Oh, yes, we do.
This is becoming a common theme with the starters, certainly in 2023 and now going into 2024. So Decidueye, if you evolve Dartrix up to Decidueye, you'll be getting Frenzy Plant on that.
Coops' favourite move.
His favourite move. Obviously, that's a charged attack, but going forwards from the point of the Community Day starting, you'll have access to get Spirit Shackle on your Decidueye. That is actually a charged attack, so maybe worth double moving, unlocking that second move for Decidueye. Spirit Shackle, new move to the game. It's going to have some power in it. How good that's going to be, I don't know.
Ghost type move as well.
Yes.
Good. There will also be a Community Day special research ticket available for this event, and that is $1 or the local currency denomination wherever you're playing it. And there are some bonuses that go alongside this Community Day. We get 2 times catch candy bonus. We get a 2 times chance for traders level 31 and above to receive Candy XL from catching Pokemon. There's a 3 times Stardust for catching Pokemon during the event. We like that.
Favourite bonus.
Yes.
Absolutely. The Incense, excluding the daily adventure Incense, activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Lure modules activated during the event will also last for 3 hours. If you take a few snapshots, that will be 5 during the Community Day. You'll also get 1 additional special trade that can be made for a maximum of 2 for the day. That's pretty cool. And trades will require 50% less Stardust.
Nice.
So, across the 2 special trades, you could be saving yourself a nice little bit of Stardust there. So, decent. And it's a Saturday, like you said.
It's good.
It is. And the bonus will last from the start of the Community Day until 10 p.m. local time. And that is because, yes, it's not a classic Community Day. There will be the 4-star epic eggs featuring Dartrix after the Community Day wraps up.
How epic that is what you decide it to be. There's always going to be the field research that will be rewarding a variety of things from Stardust to Pineapple Berries, which is terrible, to Ultra Balls, and possibly encounters with Rowlet. There'll be showcases that will probably be Squirtle. Just keep your eye open for those.
It might be fixed now. You never know.
I hope.
They've been fixed just lately.
I hope.
New year, same old.
New year, same showcases.
Yeah. Something that is new. Well, it's not new, but it's kind of new. There will be 2 Community Day bundles that will be available during this event. Now, the first one, for 1,350 Pokecoins, you will get 50 Ultra Balls, use them wisely, 5 Super Incubators, 1 Elite Charge TM, and 5 Lucky Eggs. Or, for 480 Pokecoins, you'll get 30 Ultra Balls, use them wisely, 1 Incense, 3 Super Incubators, and 1 Lure Module.
Sounds like a podcast, that does. The Lure Module. Is that one? The Lure Module podcast? Do we?
The Lure Module, I think
it was
that
a bad
lasted
brainwave.
1 episode, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, don't forget stickers.
Oh, yes. Rowlet stickers.
That's amazing.
That'll be brilliant. Can't wait.
So, Milo, will you be doing some Dartrix raids for the other 3 hours afterwards?
I mean, if I'm sat on top of a gym while having some food after the Community Day, then maybe.
The old trip.
Great shinies, aren't they? They're
Let's
great
find
shinies.
out.
Yeah, they're great shinies,
good
aren't
shiny.
they?
Very good shiny.
It is a great looking shiny. It really is. That sort of greeny tint to the Rowlet. It's a great shiny. Good one to start the year with. Now, moving into other events that we're going to see, and we're going to top line these because no information has been announced for the rest of these events as we record this. January the 6th through January the 10th, we will see Lustrous Odyssey.
No idea.
Doesn't really give anything away. Something that definitely
smooch him.
Smooch. I was just going to say
something that doesn't take a lot of figuring out is the Hisuian Typhlosion Raid Day that will be on the 14th of January between 2 and 5 p.m.
Love a raid day. It's good.
Yep.
love a 3-hour raid day. They're good fun, they are.
Dazzling Dream will be the event that runs through the 13th to the 16th of January. So this will be the event that's running during the raid day. And I don't know, boys, we've got another Community Day Classic. These are popping up more and more frequently. The 20th of January, we will have another Com Day Classic.
Ooh.
We kind of know what that is, don't we?
Do we?
Squirtle?
4.5, 6.0.
Yeah, 6.0, 6.3. I don't know.
That was announced and then deleted by, I think, the Pokemon Company, and it's going to be Porygon, isn't it?
Oh, is that the Com Day Classic?
That's
yes.
the Com Day Classic for January.
I remember seeing something about that.
So that's one to do a transfer challenge for, boys.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Or not play.
Ian loves his Porygon.
I do love Porygon, but I seem to remember that was a 6-hour community during COVID hours, so I got tons of them. But it is a great shiny, so anyone that hasn't got Porygon, yeah, go knock yourselves out. Now, when I actually read this next title, it kind of put fears and shivers going down my spine. Raging Battles and Go Battle Week.
Oh, God, don't do that. I'm still recovering, man. Seriously,
January
stomach's
19th
unsettled.
through 24th, so 5 days of GBL. Oh, no, I can't. Sorry.
There's nothing worse.
No. So that takes us towards the end of the month and the final real event of January, starting on the 27th, that run through February the 1st, Taken Treasures. I don't know. No idea what that could be. But during that Taken Treasures event, there will be one more raid weekend, which will run the 27th and 28th of January for Shadow Ho-Oh.
Oh,
nice.
Decent shiny.
Yeah,
a lovely
good shadow
shiny. It will.
At least it will have a shiny potential in the raids, unlike some of the 5-star raids for January. So, as we've already mentioned, the return of the regional Ultra Beasts, Buzzwole, Xurkitree, and Pheromosa, they'll be appearing in the 5-star raids from the 1st of January through to the 10th of January. And bear in mind, Buzzwole is locked to the Americas and Greenland, Xurkitree is locked to the Asia-Pacific region, and good old Europe gets Pheromosa, along with the Middle East, Africa, and India. Then for the rest of the month, we have got the return of the Therian, that is
on landy
legs
on
versions of Tornadus, Thunderous, and Landorus, and they're all in for a section of time. So Therian form Tornadus will be available from January the 10th through to the 17th, and it will learn Bleak Wind Storm, which is its exclusive move.
Yes,
its signature move indeed. If that's going to make it any better than, I don't know, Shadow Unpheasant, I don't know. But from the 17th of January through to the 24th, Therian form Thunderous will be available, and that will be getting Wild Bolt Storm, which very well might be worth raiding for, considering it's a good electric type.
It is.
And finally, probably the best of the bunch.
I was going to say, this is the one that you really want to put your Pokemon.
This is worthwhile. Therian form Landorus is coming from January the 24th through to the end of the month, the 31st. And that will be learning Sandseer Storm. That's a bit of a tongue twister right there.
I got a Sandseer Storm
Sandseer
running through my head.
Sandseer Storm Shiny. Those are the 5-star raids, and the raid hours will be the following. So the 3rd of January will be whichever regional Ultra Beast you have. These are obviously Wednesdays, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. your local time.
Obviously.
They've only been like that for however many years of the game. January the 10th will be Tornadus Therian form. January the 17th will be Thunderous Therian form, and January the 24th will be Landorus Therian form. And that means that the raid hours are actually at the beginning of the rotations, which is quite interesting. So expect some decent crowds out for those.
Hey guys, good news.
What?
I just did something in the game, and actually it's now made the news, certainly from Leak Duck, that it might actually be a thing. I've just got a guaranteed critical catch on a Pokemon. How mental is that?
I have seen this. I have seen this loitering around on social media. I think GoHub picked it up as well.
It's been all over X today, yes.
Now, we don't know if this is intentional. If it wasn't intentional, it's probably fixed by the time you're listening to this show.
The Italian tripod actually tweeted that out earlier, or posted that out earlier, I should say, that by the time this gets out, that Niantic will patch it, because it is something that we don't think should be in the game.
Correct. However, and I've been playing around with it a little bit today, you really need to get that circle small.
Yes.
And it is not easy. And I think maybe there's an argument that you should get a critical catch for hitting the most perfect throw that you can ever throw.
I would like to argue something similar, because for too many years and too many catches, and you guys might have experienced this in a similar way, you throw an excellent and it doesn't catch, and then you toss the ball in some random direction.
Throw the worst throw in the world.
And it catches. And you're like, what's the point of having the great, nice and excellent bonuses or the golden raspberry at this point? I've seen people catching Galarian birds.
Well, there's always been the multiplier,
throws.
Hasn't there, based on the better the throw? But
theoretically,
I honestly, I'm going to go down a different school of thought now. It's great that it works, but I don't think anything should ever be guaranteed
in life.
Because life doesn't guarantee anything other than taxes and death.
Ooh. Anyway,
and a journey to get between them.
Yes,
maybe. I've enjoyed it. I've done it a couple of times over the course of the Christmas break, amazingly, in my hungover blindness, shall we say.
Stupor.
Yes.
It's a good word, Ian. I like that. Stupor's a great word.
Hangover. You do really have to get the circle small. And obviously, when you get to that point of it just becoming small enough, it will reset and go to a nice.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. If you actually set, you can either throw it and try and time it, or you can actually set your circle. If you set your circle, it's easy, but then you do have to be on point with your throw.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I guess all we can say is just let us know on socials if you achieved it.
I think we've all managed it, so it's definitely a thing currently. But for how long, who knows?
Knowing Niantic, let's see if it sticks around in the game. Oh, and finally, the Shadow Raids will see the return of Shadow Moltres on the weekends of January, considering it only got 2.5 weekends back in whenever it was.
So passed over last year, yeah.
Yeah, whenever that was, that November.
We had Articuno for months, it seemed, and then
4 months in total. Then Zapdos was 4 weeks, and Moltres was 2 weeks because of glitches, and then Shadow Lugia. So that's
poor
that.
Little Moltres.
Good luck. Moltres Shadow is definitely worth raiding for, but what I'd like to know is, Mega Connoisseur, what are those Mega 4-star raids looking like for January?
Bleak, I'd say, probably. Is that a word?
It's definitely a word.
I digress slightly. I learned a new word on my weather app the other day. It was dreary. It's dreary.
That sums up British weather.
That does, and that also sums up the mega raids for January. But no, from January the 1st to January the 10th, we've got Mega Ampharos. Jan the 10th to Jan the 24th, we've got Mega Medichamp, is that?
It is,
yeah. And then for Jan the 24th to Jan the 31st, we have got Mega Steelix. They can all be shiny.
The Mega Connoisseur is not your only forte. You also like a Spotlight Hour.
I do like a Spotlight Hour, but I will be avoiding them in January, unfortunately.
I think most people will.
I will run through them, though, with the lovely listeners, because there might be something in here that you're looking to take advantage of. But starting on January the 2nd, we have got Cast Form, which is 2 times Catch XP. On January the 9th, we have Eevee with a 2 times Catch Candy. All that candy for Eevee, in case you need it.
No, it's had 2 Spotlight weekends and a few rollbacks.
And no costume for this Spotlight, unfortunately. Damn. January the 16th, we'll see Routes appear, and you get a 2 times transfer candy. Routes is okay, to be fair.
Routes is great. I still get flashbacks to Willen Lake. But
Drone
yes,
crash day.
Great, yes, exactly.
2 times likelihood to find your lost drones during that hour if you play it, Ian. Barboach will be then with us on January the 23rd.
That's not a bad Spotlight Hour, I will say.
It's not bad. You also get 2 times Evolving XP. And the final one, which I'm sure everybody will be taking part for the bonus, if anything.
One of the month.
On January the 30th, you will get Fungus as the featured Pokemon. But yes, 2 times Catch Stardust.
I'm allergic to Fungus.
He is allergic to Fungus, but there is a boost, isn't there, Milo, on a Fungus as well?
Oh, yes. If you don't know, Fungus is one of these boosted Stardust Pokemon. It is 500 dust per catch, which means if you catch one during the Spotlight Hour, it's 1,000 dust, and then whack on a star piece, What's that, 1500? And then if you whack on some weather boost, fingers crossed, it's a grass poison. So cloudy or sunny would be your best friend. That will be a juicy, 1800 dust or something. And I think we've only ever had a boosted dust Spotlight and Pokemon combination together before once.
Milo, you got me very excited there. And for our listeners that are new to the show, and maybe they're new to Pokemon Go, the Spotlight hours do run between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. on every single Tuesday.
Note those Spotlight hours down because some of them are good. Joe, I want to know is if cast form is going to change with the weather.
No, it's just going to be the standard form.
Do we know that for sure?
I believe so.
It just says cast form.
I want a glitch of foggy weather in the UK to go for snowy. That'd be great.
I'll trade you one.
No, I actually have many. I'm fine. It's just the jokes.
I need sunshine ones. So
we could probably take one from Vegas for you, mate. It's good.
Yeah.
Way back. However, the research breakthroughs, obviously these are no longer really monthly. They are season long. So the following Pokemon are the same 6 that they were for December. It's going to be Lapras, Galarian Weezing, Galarian Mr. Mime, Furfrou, Goomy. Those 5 can, of course, be shiny. And the new non-shiny research breakthrough Pokemon that I've had for 4 weeks in a row, Jangmo-o. That is sort of what January has to offer.
Good stuff there. Love the news section, actually. We start a new year. New seasons are good, but new years are always special. So we're going to go into the main discussion now on our show. We'll be talking about our plans and promises for next year. But I think highlights are always a fond piece, and we've all probably got our own highlights of the last year, certainly from the show. So I'm going to open up to the floor, guys. Let's talk about our highlights from the podcast, moments that we've enjoyed the most, maybe parts of them, maybe shows in them entirety, whatever. Has anyone got anything they want to sort of kickstart and show the listeners that they've enjoyed the most in 23?
Well, as we discussed last week, we've done some pretty amazing things, live shows and various guests, etc. And it's been a cracking year, I think, for the podcast. But I've got 2 highlights that I've picked out. The first of which is a getting to know you question and the subsequent chat that came from it. And I do like, even if it's a terrible question, it can always potentially lead into some absolute jokes, discussion between us and bouncing off of each other, which is always a good listen. This highlight is from episode 124, and it's a discussion about weird foods. And it's like, which food, which weird food would you like to try? Yeah. It basically led to one of the best quotes that I remember listening to the back catalogue of the show, was Mark saying, the question really is, what sort of meat would you put in your mouth?
You put some fancy meat in your mouth, didn't you, Milo? We talking about at your party.
Barbecue. Yeah, exactly. But I really like that discussion, sort of going through. I think Mark chose fugu.
That was it.
Very interesting. The question is, what food have you not tried that you would like to?
Nice.
Be as off the wall as you feel like with it, or as, I don't know, sensible. Shall we throw it over to Masterful 27 first?
No.
We're going to go around the room. What about casual Coops?
No.
I'll jump in first.
There we go.
No. You have some very, very nice conversations around the barbecue, don't you, Dan and Ealing Mile? That's a very refined conversation about what sort of meat have you not put in your mouth before
yes.
you'd like to try?
Yes.
Meat you'd like to try.
Wasn't quite that blunt, but that is essence.
Did
was
Mark's
what the question
come
was.
Up by chance?
We'll find out later. Tap the barbecue.
But I've been very lucky. I've travelled a lot. I've eaten quite a lot of different types of meat. Yes, funny enough, you mentioned it. You mentioned it. You can't beep your own mention, sunshine.
Nosh.
I've tried loads of things, and I'm one of those people. But like Ian said this in the past, if you want to do it, let's just do it. You know, if I want to try something, I'll try it. You know, at the end of the day, I don't like to put off the opportunity if the opportunity presents itself. But there is one food I'd like to try. I've read about it, and I've never been in the position to actually have it because it's very expensive. It's also very dangerous, but do you know what? I'd like to give it a go. I'd like to eat fugu, I think it's pronounced. Is it fugu? Fugu?
Do you mean gnocchi?
It's the notorious deadly gnocchi, not gnocchi. That's gnocchi.
I don't remember how dangerous that is.
Yeah, gnocchi. You can choke on a bit of gnocchi if you're unlucky there, Coops. But no, it's a deadly fish eaten in Japan. It's puffer fish, basically. And it's a specially prepared delicacy. It's something that I've seen people do on some of these variety shows and that. Never tried it, and I think my bank balance probably wouldn't allow me to try it, but it's something I'd like to try. I just find the sign of the disclaimer before you eat it a little bit unnerving, but hey, you know.
What's the thing that's missing from dining out? The possible of fatality.
Dying out?
Yeah, dying out.
Great question, Milo. Great question, mate.
Fabulous answer. So pufferfish, essentially.
Yeah, so I'm with Marky, mate, and I don't know what I'm more proud of. The fact that I really like this question, and I mean that, or the fact that you haven't outsourced the question from Google. I'm very impressed, Milo. I'm very impressed.
He outsourced it from his mate, Tom.
Yeah, but not from Google.
Outsourced locally.
Yeah. See, I'm messing with that. When I read this question, the first thing that came to my mind, now, I know in France they eat snails, and I want to apologise if I've eaten this. God, I'm so tired. If I've mentioned this before on the podcast. But there's also one thing out there that they eat, which is, I think, a very common delicacy, which I think is frog's legs. And I've always, yes, they do. And I've had snails a few times before in my life, and I've really, really thoroughly enjoyed them. I thought with a bit of garlic on a bit of bread, they're absolutely beautiful. A lot of people are like, snails, I would never do that. But because I really liked them, I feel like frog's legs would be in that category where when you think about it, you think, oh, God, that would be disgusting, but I bet they're absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go with frog's legs. Had the snails from France, but I've not had the frog legs. So if I ever go back, that is the answer to my question, mate. That is definitely something I would love to try.
Escargot.
Interesting.
Is it escargots? Is it
escargot?
Escargot, isn't it?
Like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Frog's legs scoops. I've had them once. Very nice.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
Okay.
Apparently they taste like chicken, don't
They
they?
do. I didn't want to ruin it for cooks, but it tastes like chicken, but they do.
Oh,
but like, it's very little bits.
Everything tastes like chicken, doesn't it?
Well, escargots taste like mushrooms, don't they, Coops? You know, seasoned mushrooms, don't they?
Yeah.
Is that how you found them?
They probably have a similar texture.
Yeah, they do. They do. The texture's very similar. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, thank you, Mark. I look forward to my French chicken.
You're my little chicken.
Right. We've got French chicken. We've got Japanese pufferfish. Ian?
Well, I'm actually very unadventurous food-wise, which you guys probably know because I am such a bad eater. I know what I like what I know. And I'll be honest, I am quite unadventurous. One thing I actually would love to try that I've never tried before is dollar pizza in New York. No, in all seriousness, that's a joke. I actually know one, but I was trying that.
Sorry, do you see how everyone ignored you then? Do you see how all of us were like, nah.
No, in all seriousness, I was thinking about that. I was talking about, I think Milo said originally the question was, what meat would you like to try that you've not tried before? I've tried kangaroo meat. That's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
I would love to try, I'd like to try crocodile.
Tastes like chicken, Ian.
Might be. It tastes like chicken.
Australian chicken.
It does.
It doesn't have to be an Australian crocodile. It could be an American crocodile.
I guess so. Yeah,
like
true.
An African crocodile. I don't care.
I hear crocodile. My brain just goes to I'm a celebrity. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was not going to bring any of those things up.
I know.
I'd like to eat a kangaroo anus.
Oh God, no.
No.
That's me.
Well, crocodile. Yeah, I'd like to try that genuinely.
Interesting.
I'm a podcaster. Get me out of here, Ian. That's what I'm saying on that. I don't want no kangaroo nuts. No, hell no.
Okay, in the chat, Sue's just put alligator is disgusting. It needs to be marinated a long time to make it passable.
It does.
So,
Sue's right. That does need to be. Yeah.
Sue also said woohoo dollar pizza, so I think I'm on a winner with that one. So
that's not going on the poll as your option.
For the poll, we'll go crocodile. Whitfield, you.
Now, I'm going to give the same answer I gave at the time of the barbecue, and there was extra context with it. It had to be kind of out there and a bit weird and outlandish. And Ian will know where I'm going with this. I was thinking back to the Cambodia Grand Tour special.
Of course you was.
I was thinking, what's the weirdest thing?
Ian, is there a yawn sound effect? Have we got that one yet? Because I feel like we need
there
one.
Isn't on the sample, but there is actually you will have just heard it actually.
Okay,
yes.
great.
Ian would have sourced one, definitely. That's all right. This conversation wasn't for you and Marcus, okay?
Oh, alienate the two of half of the podcast. That's very nice, isn't it?
Because they don't associate as Grand Tour fans.
Well, they wanted the yawn in there, sound effect, whatever.
Jeremy sausage. Ooh.
On a barbecue, delicious.
just because we don't do 24-hour grinds, Milo.
Yes.
All right?
24-hour grinders, Milo.
You can actually buy sausage for Diddley Squat Farm.
That does not surprise me, Ian.
Well, on that note, the thing I said was, I don't know if it was like barbecued or cooked tarantula. I would be very just curious just to try and see what it's like, genuinely. Even if it's absolutely repulsive, whatever, it's just one of those things to think like people actually they eat it, and therefore it can't be like utterly horrendous.
So do you like little fat furry things in your mouth?
Yeah, he does. He does, Ian. He does.
Oh, it's more your ballpark, isn't it?
Of course he does, Ian. You know it.
More hairy, yeah.
Stop flirting with him, Ian. Bloody hell.
I think the fur gets taken off of the barbecue, so it's just like a crisp, tarantula crisp, essentially.
Tarantula flavoured Walker's crisp.
Oh.
Yes. The next best-selling crisp for 2024.
Tarantula and tomato ketchup.
Fantastic. And obviously, the getting to know you questions mostly lead into Mark's poll. And we get to hear what the listeners think on social media.
Which can be interesting at times.
Very.
Potentially dodgy as well.
I mentioned that the show numbers actually for my ones as well. But one thing I did realise when I was trying to find my best memories of 23 with us all was actually how some of these actually happened in 22. And that's crazy because it didn't feel like it was that long ago. I was chatting to Lisa about it and she was saying to me, oh, Coops and his diameters. That was hilarious.
Diameters, yeah.
That was like 22. And I was like,
yeah,
that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. And I did have live shows scribbled down as well. But Pen Pal Simon's rap was hilarious. Now, was that a 23 thing or was that a 22 thing?
No, that was this
I'm
shit.
intrigued because I couldn't reference for the point on this. So those were some of the things, some of them last year, some of them potentially this year. One of my favourite shows was episode 104, and it was a getting to know you question again.
Oh, perfect.
The getting to know you questions are probably a good starting point of all our shows because it just go off on a tangent from there. But it was quite an innocent question. What's your favourite card game? And I loved the fact when Coops joked about playing Snap as one of his to start with. That was quite funny.
Oh, I remember that one.
And then it was like, no, I'm a bit of a blackjack guy. Coops then got onto the blackjack train. Well, I think you're a bit like me. I like a bit of 5-card poker. And I then went down to solitaire, which is a game I like. But I do remember Coops sort of butting in and going, I thought you were going to say, and I jumped in and said, strip poker on my own in a caravan in South Wales.
Oh my God.
I remember that. I actually remember that.
I want to know, boys, what is your favourite card game? If you like cards, if you have a thing against cards, I think with the new merch, with the playing cards on, Incensed merch that's come out for the Vegas
plug
event with the playing cards.
Nice.
I thought, what about card games?
My favourite card game is Blackjack. It's a simple game. Okay. It's a very good game. It's a game that I'll probably be playing in a couple of weeks. Absolutely great game. Easy to play. And you don't really need... No, I'm not going to go there.
I once lost £1 million playing it on that dark time I was last in Vegas. And now I'm going back for my vengeance. Is that what's happening here?
I have played blackjack in Vegas in the past. I wouldn't say I lost £1 million though.
Million poker
I was asking pounds the other day, and I like the bit when he goes, "We'll demand them for £1 million," and they'll go, "You probably want to aim a bit big." But I like the idea, Ian. I like the idea of you throwing it all on a game of something. It's a good backstory. It's a Bond backstory.
When I say I've never been this confused over the last 104 weeks, I am so confused in what's happening right now to the point where I'm just currently trying to do a Reggie Steel raid. I don't know what's going on.
You must be confused.
Yeah, card games. So when you said this, I thought, this is actually a really good question. And then when I actually thought about card games, I didn't really quickly realise the only ones that I know are Snap, and that's really the only one. But
so you answer Snap.
He'll win. He'll win with that. Look, that's a Coops answer.
But when Ian did say blackjack, I have to actually totally agree with him, because if I'm going to go to a casino, roulette is a bit random for me. Like, it genuinely could land on anything. Probability is a little bit more accessible in blackjack than it is with roulette. That's just how I personally feel.
You've probably got a better chance of...
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
I feel that too.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But yeah, so I'm actually, Ian, sorry to copy you, but I am going to copy you, and I wouldn't, but like I said, Snap's the only game that I know apart from Snap and blackjack, so I'm going to also go blackjack is my favourite game. And, Vegas is coming up, so why not keep it on the casino vibe?
Blackjack friends.
Wait for it. Twinning, here he comes. Oh, I love blackjack.
No, I'm going to let you take the duo with Ian on that one, Coopsy. But I will stick with the card gambling kind of theme that we've got going on. I actually really like, and it's underrated, 5-card poker.
5 card stud.
5 card, yeah. Texas Hold'em, we have 2 in the hand, obviously the river and everything.
I do like Hold'em, yeah.
It's good, but I love a 5-card poker. Like 5 in hand is actually really, really testing. I only played it a couple of times, and usually against people who didn't know what they were doing, but it's actually very, very good fun. Maybe in under 2 weeks' time.
So in 2 weeks, I'm going to be at the blackjack table, and you're going to be at the poker table with like a big fat cigar and a whiskey.
Yes, sure.
Not that you can smoke in casinos.
I promise you I won't send you a voice note, but can you FaceTime me, Ian, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is that okay? And then Milo, if you see Ian rejecting my call, I'm going to send you a text after a text after a text after a text.
Oh God, one word.
Milo will read that 9 months down the line, so he'll be back in the UK. But I don't think you'll get what you want from it. I do like 5-card poker. Blackjack's my go-to game on the casinos, and I do like a bit of Snap, even though Coops has retreated on the Snap and gone down.
I thought you'd be more of a gin rummy sort of person, Mark.
I used to play a game at college, and it was about clearing down decks of cards, and other cards did certain things. But I'm going to go away from the casino because I don't want there to be two answers in this, because I would probably go Blackjack as well. It'd be a cop-out if I went Pokemon GO TCG as my favourite card game. That'd be like, TCG.
It would be very much a cop-out.
It would definitely be a cop-out.
And it would win the poll.
Yeah.
Instantly.
It would win the poll. But no, I'm going to pick a card game that I do enjoy doing. It's a game you can play on your own. Solitaire. Does not matter. I love setting it up. You're not going to win every game.
Marky, do you know what I thought you were going to say?
Strip poker on my own.
No. No, imagine. I've got that image in my head now. I can't get that out.
In a caravan in South Wales.
Oh my God.
You remind me of a Top Trumps kind of man.
Top Trumps.
Top Trumps. That's a throwback.
Oh, Mark, you're funny. Strip poker by myself. Oh,
Strip
God.
solitaire.
Strip solitaire.
It sounds better, doesn't it?
It's a little bit more eloquent. I've got to give a shout out to MLFOT 2022 with the Patreon chat for suggesting Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire, one of the favourite travelling games I played in Australia. Beep, 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 beep. Coops would have played it as well. Beep, 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 beep.
In Australia? Beep, 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 beep.
Shall we put the Patreon selection as the fourth choice on today's poll?
Yeah, strip poker, 100%.
Strip solitaire.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Ring of Fire. I don't even know what that is.
I'll introduce it to you, Ian, in Vegas. Don't worry.
You don't need friends to Ring or Fire.
Solo strip Ring of Fire.
Can the poll just be strip Ring of Fire, strip solitaire, strip poker, and strip blackjack?
Strip.
Yeah, that's the poll. Right, Marky.
Yes.
Marky, put it out there. But basically, Ian, Ring of Fire, cut long story short, you don't want to be the person that loses, is all I'm going to say. Milo will
That's the same with any game, isn't it? Surely.
No, but because there's
a serious forfeit. It involves drinking. Yeah. It's a drinking game.
Oh, I don't need play cards to drink.
There's a trial at the end of it. Each card has a different meaning of what you do.
Yes.
And you actually have a card. You have a roll waterfall in Ring of Fire.
Oh my god,
he actually does.
He does.
I'm not making that up either.
Bro, there's actually a move called waterfall.
If you pull an ace out, everyone in the circle has to keep drinking until the person next to them has stopped, which can be disastrous.
Yes.
But it's called a waterfall.
Yeah. It's actually called a waterfall.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, when we do the Vegas recap, we'll ask you what your experience of Ring of Fire was like.
I don't remember.
Strip Ring of Fire. Anyway,
Oh, God.
well, I think we've got to know each other a little bit more. And actually, from an awful question, we had probably an interesting set of answers. All
there were no awful questions.
Just awful answers.
Yes.
It was just bants. Like, we just went off then after that, as we always do.
Yeah, because you talk about the strip poker thing. I remember that, actually.
That
I remember that. Looking back's kind of cute, isn't it? Looking back is very, very, very cute. I'd probably say, now, I've said this before, so sound like a parrot again, but I really did like the live shows that we've done this year. I think, I don't know, something about them. It's so raw and so authentic. I really like it. But definitely the London show, where I'm late everywhere, but I actually turned up late to the live recording. I think seeing that in person and actually doing that in person is actually quite funny, because I thought, never change, never ever change.
You don't. You're late. You're always late.
Yeah. Literally everywhere. So yeah, we'll run that one.
We're here. Whereabouts are you guys?
We're at the notable trainer area.
Are you to the left or the right of it?
To the left.
To the left.
So where we were standing just before.
Oh yeah. I see you.
I see him.
Yeah, I see.
I see a wild casual approaches.
Bye.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, you are not going to believe this.
But not only am I playing Pokemon Go.
What?
I am playing Pokemon Go at Go Fest or Safari Zone.
It's on a pin, dude. It's literally on a pin in front of us.
At London Go Fest 2023.
23 Coops. Get the year right, Coops. It's been a while. Come on.
I'm a bit beard up, but we are ready to go.
Oh, so that's what you were doing while you was waiting to record. We need Wi-Fi.
Guys, I've got a famous YouTuber with us.
Hi there.
He said famous. famous.
Our computer says no, not you, Milo. And obviously, as always, I'm here with Ian Waterfall, Masterful 27, Pokemon UK, apparently the famous one out of us.
Apparently so.
Out of us.
All right then. Jesus.
And of course, me doing this drunken intro, Casual Coops. And of course, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Pokedaxy with us.
What's up, everybody?
You can tell he doesn't want to be here at all, but we've dragged him into this.
I can't top what your intro was.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
That energy like you.
To be fair, this wasn't planned. I just found out about this like 2 minutes ago.
It's okay. You'll be safe in the edit. Don't worry.
Actually, to be fair, Dax, we told him about it a month ago, but he's slept since then.
But yeah, this morning has been crazy.
When we did our New Year's show in 22, one of the things we said we were gutted we didn't do was the live shows. I remember we referenced that in last year's show. So I think it's quite nice this new year that we're actually fondly looking back at multiple live shows.
Well, it's a good point because my highlight of 2023 is actually a live show highlight as well. This one was when, and sorry boys, Mark and Coops, you weren't there, but Milo and I had the bright idea of running around Randall's Island Park collaring random people to do Shines of the Week, and none of these people knew who we were, and all of these people were in the middle of their game days, so we got a lot of people telling us to go away that we didn't feature, but some great people actually did spend a couple of minutes with us to give us their Shines of the Week.
It's understandable, though.
That's funny, that is.
I did like doing that. It was actually a challenge, roaming around Randall's Park and be like, should we approach this person?
Literally, the conversation were, do you think they look approachable? And there were some people who were like, no, they are just going to kick our ass. But
yeah,
we had to be very selective of the people we went up to.
Hold your horses, everybody. We've got a live Shinies of the Week
Live
with
Shinies of the Week,
Kyle.
Kyle from GoCast.
It's Shiny Evital.
And it looks like a 2014.
It's not good. It's bad. It's real bad.
And if this was a game, we'd ask you what were the streaky colours of the Shiny Evital?
Oh my gosh. I totally just missed my first ball. Let's not talk about that one.
No, moving on.
Hang on.
Is fat, by the way. Fat is the
streak
question. Yes. Yes.
Catch. Does it have the catch card? The catch
go.
card? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Catch card. That's a win.
Fantastic.
That is a great Shiny of the Week.
Thank you. Oh, it's terrible. 10 attack. Come on.
Anyway, moving on.
But we're just going to collar a couple of random people and say, give us your name, give us your, not home address, but
where are you from?
Where are you from?
from?
And what's your favourite Shiny of the
Yeah.
weekend? So how do we approach people like this?
Let's just see who looks, sorry to use the phrase, let's see who looks like a victim of ours.
Wow, vulnerable Ian, Jesus.
Should we head up?
Already in front of us.
Oh,
I don't know.
Wow.
Oh,
yes,
hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Hello again.
Hi.
What is your favourite shiny catch? And introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am back. It is me, Yaya, from Couple of Gaming.
And me, Aizo.
My favorite shiny of GoFest, New York, is gotta be either Lucario. No, you know what? I have to give it to my shiny Eveltal with the New York background.
That's a girl. That is
very nice.
Definitely, yes. Highly rated.
How about you, Aizo?
And yours?
It's my shiny level 1 Tyrant.
That's
I got
cute.
traded
Yeah,
from a friend.
That's great. And people are struggling to get that shiny, so that is a great one. Let's move out of the way to NYPD.
Squad
We don't want to be
car.
run down.
Squad car.
Okay.
The little
Look
big
at
one.
that. 42 CP shiny. Well, it's a Tyrantrum now.
Yeah, already evolved it.
That's a great shiny.
It's a cracking blue shiny. I love it.
GG.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Excuse me, do you have 2 seconds? We do a podcast. We just want to know what's your names, where are you from, and what are your best catches of the weekend at GoFest?
Ann Vasquez. This is Lucy Vasquez. We're from Metuchen, New Jersey. My best catch? I haven't gotten a lot of shinies today, actually.
What's your favourite then? It doesn't even have to be shiny. If it's something good IV that you've got from a quest or egg.
I had a near perfect Rayquaza.
Nice.
Just so close. So
Shiny
close.
or regular?
Regular.
Oh.
I had the shiny ready, thankfully.
It's still a great mon. Still a great mon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mega evolving the shiny.
Yeah. And what's your favourite one so far?
I think I know what my favorite is. It's not the best one. Any Squirtle that anybody catches. I love Squirtle so much.
You love Squirtle. That's
Squirtle
great. That's great.
It's a fan favourite. We can see from your dress and the patch and everything. That is fantastic.
And did you get loads of Squirtle on the community day recently?
Yes.
We won't keep you any longer. We know the park experience is valuable, so thank you very much for jumping onto our podcast.
Thank you for your time.
We appreciate your time.
Excuse me, guys. Do you have 2 seconds? We're recording a podcast. We want to know, what are your names?
I'm Justin.
My name's Harlow.
Where are you from?
From right here in New York.
Fantastic. Yeah. What's your best catch of the weekend?
Well, he's going to give me a shiny Tyrant. He got 2 of them. So.
I got 2 today, so that's my best catch tonight.
And your best catch?
A Hitmonchamp.
Nice.
Hitmonchamp was one you needed?
Yeah. I needed that one.
The lead evaded me so much, yeah.
Ian's been in exactly the same boat. Well, gentlemen, we won't waste any more of your park experience time. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Enjoy the event. Thank you. Thank you.
Best of luck.
One highlight I enjoyed, which was a game that Spindiana, one of our patrons, actually mentioned in the Discord. This was back on episode 142 in October. Said you should do this game, and we had to sort of almost embarrassingly go, yeah, we already do. This game is called What the Ducklet, and we brought it back after like 18 months off.
So we did it about 2 or 3 times. We hated it, so stopped doing it. So you can understand people forgetting that it was one of our games.
Forgetting it exists, exactly.
It's like Coops' game to sneak it in.
Oh yeah, that game, that GBL game.
God, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's my favourite moment of 2023.
22.
I think it was even this year.
I didn't play it in 23.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
Bringing it back to 24. But that first comeback to What the Ducklet, which then led on to many shows having the game back to back to back to back. It was a quick fire chaos session between the three of you, and it was hysterical.
It was a good game. Yeah, Spindiana. Yeah,
Spindiana,
in
one of our
Discord,
Patreon supporters, mentioned this in the Discord, saying it'd be a good idea for a game, and we had to sort of embarrassingly say, yeah, it already exists. It's just we don't ever do it because we hate it. we made this game up, what was it, last year? And we've done it like twice.
I think we played 3 times.
Yeah.
2-3 times.
So, what's the Ducklet? It's basically guess the Pokemon from its Pokédex description. I'll read out the Pokédex description of a Pokemon, and it's quick fire. You guys just throw Pokemon names at me, and you'll be hearing a lot of this one probably when it's the wrong answer.
There'll probably be very few of.
Well, it's going to be first to 2, unless you guys keep getting it wrong, in which case it'll just be first to 1 of this. So we will stick with a Halloween theme.
Can you remember last time we played, we just started throwing names at him before he started reading the description?
Duskull wearing a Ken Pescator crown.
Point. There you go. This might catch a couple of you out. So, once it has whipped up a sandstorm to halt its opponent in its tracks, this terrifying Pokemon snatches away their vitality.
Phantom.
Hold on.
It's
That's
quick
quick
fire.
fire.
There's
Go.
not an order. Yeah.
Go.
Sandshrew.
Ghastly.
Azumarill.
My dude's a GBL.
Pac-Man.
I give up next round.
Okay.
I wish you were.
Okay.
Wishy-washy.
I think we should give you guys a clue. This is the evolution of a Pokemon that got a lot of hate at Barcelona.
Oh, Sandygast Evolution. Castlegask, is it?
I'm afraid that's the right idea, but the wrong name.
Evolution or evolution?
Evolution.
The evolution.
The evolution of Sandygast, which I can't remember the name of.
Polisand?
I'd say that's close enough. Palisand.
Oh, well
Palisand.
done, Mark.
Palisand.
There you go.
Jeez.
That's the Palisand description. Very
Well
weird.
done, Mark.
Marky's got a point. He just needs one more and we can end this game.
This is where you stay quiet now, Mark.
Okay, I'm expecting this one to go very quickly. It's whoever gets it first. So
You ask.
Oh, imagine it.
Your mask.
It is.
Phantom.
It is said
Misdreavus.
Ghastly.
that a dog.
Sableye.
Haunter.
Oh, Houndoom.
Puchana. Puchana.
That a dog Pokemon that died in the wild without ever interacting.
Greavard.
Yes.
Oh.
There you go. That is Grievard. We got literally 6 words of
As
that
I
description
described it,
in.
it's a dog with a Litwick on its head.
It is.
It is.
I'll get you the full Pokédex description now if you're remotely interested. It said that the dog that died in the wild without ever interacting with the human was reborn as this Pokemon. That's quite sad, to be honest.
Can't really be reborn because it's a ghost.
Right, Ian. Next week you say Pokemon aren't real.
Do you want to get on the phone to Nintendo?
I'll phone TPC up and just upset them a bit more.
Okay, this one might be a little bit more tricky. So this is...
Actually, before we go to the final round, do you want to hear a really funny story? And I'll keep this really brief. Milo hates McDonald's. We all know this, yes?
Yes.
Well, Francesco made us all eat so many McDonald's so he could actually get all 3 of the Paldean starters
in the
Pokemon
airport,
cards in Spanish.
Really?
We got them all.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, so this next Pokemon, 1 point each for Ian and Mark. Coops, can you make it a 3-way tie? Let's find out.
No.
Make it a 3 to me.
Yeah, come on.
Actually, in that case, yeah.
It can lull people to sleep and make them dream.
Haunter.
It is active during nights of the new moon.
Gengar.
Pumpkabunda.
Oh,
Ghastly.
Haunter. Oh, Ghastly. Bugger.
Gengar.
We've already had that one, but yeah, okay.
Oh. Vengabus? Vengabus?
Bengabus.
Vengabus.
Vengaboys.
Wait, say it again.
I'd love to say that. Again. Okay. It can lull people to sleep and make them dream. It is active during nights of the new moon.
Coops.
Shame, but no. So I will say.
Chandelure.
Let me give you a clue, guys. This might actually help.
Zorua.
Sableye.
I'm not going to take my hand off the mouse at this point. So this Pokemon is from Gen 4 Sinnoh.
Can we get a clue that actually helps
us? Shuppet.
That's Gen 2.
3.
3.
Bennett.
I will give you another clue. You can get it in the raids now.
Oh, Darkrai.
There is a 3-way.
Let's decide it. It is a 3-way.
The decider.
Oh
my goodness me. This is going to be interesting. So, it was bound to a
Sableye.
fish or...
Bro, Ian, stop doing that. It's not the point of the game.
In an odd keystone as punishment for its misdeeds 500 years ago.
Spiritomb.
Brilliant.
Ian takes the Ducklet Visor crown. Sir Game next week. Sir Game, we can bring that one there. Congratulations. And
Did you really get that quick? That was impressive.
And that was what the Ducklet people. I hope that explains why we don't play it. Maybe it was entertaining. We don't know.
I think it'll be entertaining.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Thanks for creating the game for us as well.
Thanks, Spindiana.
Spindiana.
I've got a couple of very quick ones to add to that. One of the things they mentioned was we actually did create a new game. We all worked off Shiny Happy Pokemon, which came out in 23, episode 114, when that was debuted. And that was the show that Coops could do nothing wrong. He won the game. He was feeling pretty good about himself, even though Ian said that Hitman Top was more purple than pink, from memory.
Yeah, that was very subjective when I kept losing, and I wasn't wrong.
Coops won the poll as well that week, so it was a double win for Coops.
Jeez.
And I make a note of it fondly now, looking back at it, but Palace beat Leeds 5-1, which Coops also referenced in the episode, which was fun.
Yeah.
My wrap-up on it all was in episode 109, and it was the incident, Ian, the quiz fraud incident of 2023.
Yes.
I played that back tonight. I listened to it. I go, oh my God, it sounded awful what I did there. But it was the moon distance of Earth in miles.
That was not even edited.
And Milo gets the answer almost bob on without any guidance as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it was your confession, Ian, afterwards at the end. It was always like, it doesn't sit right with me. I have to confess.
I couldn't do it. I didn't ask for the answer to be given to me. So it just felt wrong on every level, especially since Milo's learned a lot from watching Clark's and Hammond and May.
Very much so.
Well, like the distance of the moon to Earth.
I never thought I'd have to do a tiebreak to see if I actually lose.
Interesting use of it.
The question is, on average, how far away is the moon from the Earth in miles? Now, when it says on averages, both planets move. They move, obviously, and they have a sort of different pattern, or whatever they call it. Orbit. That's it, an orbit. But on average, how far away is the moon from the Earth in miles? And I've got a random generator on my app here, which is going to pick one of you three first.
I'm going to take my headphones off so I can't hear your answer.
Oh, I like that, Milo. That's fair. Coops, take your headphones out as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That's fair. I like that, actually.
Are we talking miles or kilometres here, by the way?
Miles, Ian. And Ian.
Miles. Jesus.
Ian.
Hello.
If you go 238,000 miles, you'll be bob on.
Who's it? Sorry, who's it next?
Who's going next?
Ian hasn't gone yet. Guys, take your headphones off.
He hasn't.
Oh,
okay.
okay,
Give us give us a thumbs up when he has.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
Did you just give me the answer, by the way?
I did, Ian, and don't tell anyone. Because it'd be funny.
I feel bad doing that.
Don't. It'd be funny, though. Go close to it. That'll be funny.
235,000 miles.
235,000 miles. Lovely. Ian has got his answer in. Milo, you next.
Me next. Okay, I'm trying to cast my mind back to like two things. Obviously, science class, bits and pieces, and I remember there was a Top Gear episode where they bought cars that had driven to the moon and back and did a cheap car challenge. They had about 450,000 miles on the clock, so I want to say I'm going to go 230,000 miles.
So 230,000, mate. Yeah, cool.
230,000 miles, mate.
Bob on. Coops.
Hello.
Over to you, Coops.
When you read this, I was thinking in diameters. No, I was thinking in kilometers. So I was thinking like half. No, I was thinking like half a mil. So if you've got half a mil in kilometers, what's that in miles? Is it like over half? Is it like 60%?
It's over half a million. Yeah, it's about 600,000, mate. 640,000, something like that.
No, but so 500k kilometers, half that for miles, 250, and then I'm going to add on a bit. So miles wise, I'm going to go with 260, 70. I've got to pick a number, haven't I? Yeah, I'll go just over half. I'll go like 265,000 miles.
265, yeah?
Yeah, I'm probably totally wrong. It's probably like 280, 290, but yeah, I'll do that. Come back, boys. Come back.
We're all back in the room.
All back in the room. So, on average, how far is the moon from the Earth in miles? This is to decide last place. It's a big one, this, but... The answer is 238,000.
Ooh.
So the winner by only 3,000 miles out is Mr. Waterfall. Ian comes in.
3,000 miles out.
What did you say? Where did you go?
Mine was only 5 out.
235.
Oh my god, we were so close. I went 230.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't do this. I've got a confession to make.
What? Don't tell me you Googled it.
No, I didn't. It's worse. Barrow gave me the answer.
Oh.
When I read the question out, I said the answer when I read it, and Ian goes, did you just give the answer? And I went, oh yeah, just leave it, it'll be funny.
Can you do me a favour? Can you leave that whole thing in the edit, please?
Yeah.
Wait, so then, Milo, how did you get your actual answer?
That was close.
I estimated. I remember a Top Gear episode where they bought second-hand cars that had been to the moon and back, and they had about. I was thinking they had about 450,000 miles on them. They probably had more given that estimate. So I guessed 230,000.
Pretty
I
impressive,
went for
mate.
late 200,000, so you beat me.
We all run 200Ks,
I didn't even have time to think of the answer.
And Coops mentioned diameter, so it was all fun.
I said to Mark,
also, if you've got kilometers, is a mile like half of that? Have I got that logic?
No,
5/8.
The other way, 5/8 of a mile.
So if you've got
a kilometer is 5/8 of a mile.
Oh, so I've got the right logic, but I've got it the other way around. Okay.
So just remember, Coops, a 10k egg is 6.21 miles.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, I have got the right logic. Yeah, because I said 500,000 kilometers. So I said about.
You bring it down.
Yeah, so I said about 280,000 miles. Okay, cool.
If you half it, you're not going to be a million
within,
miles
like,
out.
An all right ballpark, I think, on that
fair
one.
Fair play, GG's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll still.
Ian used common sense and paying attention. I actually used my brain. With,
but I still
to a certain
won.
degree. But Scoot still won.
I genuinely can't take any credit for that answer at all. I didn't even have time to think of an answer. I'm like, did you just give me the answer?
Now, I do actually have to add one in. Stuff that we've messed up.
I know where you're going.
A few weeks ago, I think this was only
We've
about,
messed up.
I think
about
5 weeks ago,
about a
not
month
even
ago,
that long
yeah.
ago. Yeah, it was when I embarrassingly got the wrong shape, colour, size of the
that's the new
Japanese
diameter
flag.
for this year.
What shape is it?
It was a different flag by the end of it.
It's a triangle.
That is definitely a blonde moment from me. So yeah, that Japanese flag moment was definitely a winner for me. But I knew instantly, didn't I? But anyway.
You did when you were 1 point away from winning. We've got a pub quiz, so we've got a 10-question pub quiz. 10.
Coops was hoping for a short show.
We're not at Christmas yet, and in relation to that one, this is shorter. But I'm going to mix up the order that you do them in as well, because I don't want you all picking on my friend Coops tonight, because I know you all take the mickey out of him for not being that intelligent. But anyway,
we never said that.
Well, you might not have said it directly. However, we're going to start with the first question. And...
New York City Ball.
Oh, hey, don't throw stones in glass buildings, Milo. The ones with 4 windows.
No, you're fine and shut. There's only 9 windows.
There's only 9 windows. So, the first question, boys, and the first question is, what shape is in the centre of the Japanese flag? Is it A, triangle? Is it B, square? Or is it C, circle? And Coops, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
Random guess, I've got no idea. I'm going to say Japanese is 3 syllables, so I'm going to go with the triangle because it's got 3 corners. That's my logic there.
That's Coops. Milo, what are you going to pick, my friend?
I will go for C for the casual.
And Ian, what are you going to go for?
C for circle.
Right. We're going to mix this up a little bit.
Bro, oh wait, is the Japanese flag the white one with the yellow dot?
It's a white one with a circle.
It's red, it's not even yellow. If you've got the right colour, I might let you have it, but that's awful.
Yeah.
So the second question was, what colour is the circle in the middle of Japanese?
Okay.
Red.
Rainbow.
Oh, God. Do it, Ian, do it, Ian, do it, Ian, do it, Ian, do it,
How are you going to end this discussion? How's it going to go down?
Okay, I'm going to be that person. I'm going to be a little bit self-aggrandizing. Is that the right word?
I like it.
One of my all-time favourite highlights of last year, and it's literally just when on episode 100, how we talked about how we make this show. And we did a whole episode from start to finish about every section and how we produce this show. And I mean, we're not going to play the whole hour-and-a-half show as a highlight.
No, we can't.
But for me, that letting the audience behind the curtain, so to speak, and see how we do this, I genuinely don't think any show in our genre has actually done that.
No, I don't think they have.
Well, no one else said it to you, and that's probably why.
Shots fired, but you tripped me.
Shots fired for New Year.
We'll edit that out. No, we won't.
No, we won't. But that was also really nice because it was open. It was an open recording. We put the live stream link out to everybody.
That went out globally as well. It wasn't just Patreons.
Yeah, so we had so many people along for episode 100's ride. I remember that show. That's definitely a fond episode from this year of mine too.
I think the actual raw uncut recording, if I'm not mistaken, did we leave that live on YouTube or did we take it down after a little bit? I can't remember,
dude.
We probably took
we certainly had it on there for a bit though, didn't we?
Yeah, it was definitely up for a little bit.
Speaking of things that are always up.
So this is the last time the poll is going to be out.
Final poll of the
year. Yeah. This is the final poll of the year, and it has been a hard year. It's been a tough year. But no, we put to the poll, which of these would you love to see achieved with Niantic / Pokémon GO in 2024?
Oh,
let's see how it was a very short poll, but hey, I'm forgiven. We had 29 votes on it, but we did. It's cold outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
But we got some comments first. We got the Keen Browns put, if we can global trade, then there'll be a better incentive to trade with the XL Candy bonuses, as well as getting this 4-year-old Lucky's done.
Agreed.
And Mike has put, that's Newcombs, says, replace the in-game music with the Incensed podcast. Yeah, I can work with that.
That would get people interested.
Mark Bailey's put, the game is fine, and a lot of the drama is typically generated from not enough transparency. Even if they added no new features in the next 12 months, but gave us a bunch of information about events, issues, what has been worked on, not, etc., I think we'd see that as a positive.
Yeah.
I agree, actually, with that, Mark.
I do
Morgana
as well.
Brown has put, some people are going to hate on them regardless of what they do, which kind of sucks. People will be upset by any feature they add. That said, I think if they can make APAC seem less like a testing ground, that would be a huge step in the right direction.
I agree with Morgana. No matter what Niantic do, they're never going to win. We've talked about this before.
Everyone has a different opinion. So, yeah, you're
We're
never
in
going to win.
2023,
Particularly over social media.
It's the keyboard warrior generation.
Yeah, this is new Chinese New Year of the keyboard warrior.
We had the year of the snowflake a couple of years ago. Now the year of the keyboard warrior. Chicken Chaser 89 is on the pile.
Hey.
I think half the bad PR Niantic experience in 23 would just be solved by new features working on day one. Yes. Well, one of our players from New Zealand, Kiwi Steve 007, has put, as much as the developer diaries might not have been what we wanted covered, it was at least something. Would have definitely helped with the rollout of all the new features. They went, didn't they? Just disappeared.
21.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
the
they
last
said
one was
that
in
the
early
developer
22.
diaries, they became too taxing, didn't they? They were a lot more work than they thought. But Niantic do have the known issues page, which a lot of people don't realise is there.
Which regularly doesn't get the actual correct issues on it.
Yes, but it's there. It's a starting point.
And Mark Bailey has actually put another comment in there, and he's put, and better AR plus, smiley face.
Yes.
Actually,
Bring
yeah,
back
let's
shared AR,
hope
buddy.
2024 brings us something decent with AR in Pokemon Go, because it is sorely lacking.
Absolutely. So, one thing that isn't lacking is the outcome of the poll. So we have got a winner. In fourth place with 7% of the vote, completing the Mega Dex.
Maybe, yeah.
But again, mine was a positive thing, whereas yours all was bitching about stuff. So they're always going to win.
Yes, you weren't going to win.
To be fair, I think 2 were very much about Pokemon Go and 2 were very much about Niantic. So I think it was quite an interesting... I think you're right here, though, with what you say there. 14% in third place was the other Pokemon Go thing. Better Lucky Friends mechanic.
It's true. Negativity breeds. That's what people click for. People like negativity.
Yeah, that's what people look at.
So you two were going to win if we put it to the vote. I didn't know I was voting on this one. Otherwise, I might have come up with something else.
I didn't until we were recording. I thought we better get something in there. In second place with 31% of the vote. So quite a big jump up. We've got Better Execution. And with 48% of the vote, Transparency. I think...
Dang.
If Niantic are listening, that's what we want. Better transparency and better execution. No pressures. And some more mega Pokemon.
But Mark Bailey did make a good point. Actually, there are issues within Pokemon Go, but on the whole, the game isn't that broken a lot of the time.
No, it isn't.
Whitfield is making a very, very strange face.
I'm just thinking about
if it's the vodka
all
evaporating.
the roots shenanigans that's happened this year and all that.
But that's a feature within the game, isn't it? It's not the game itself.
No, that's very true. The game, playable, there are bugs and glitches within it.
Oh, boys. I tell you what, though, it's only because we care about it.
We want Pokemon Go to be as good as it can be, and that's why we critique.
We critique. I like that. We critique.
Something that will be back is Mark's poll in 2024. We'll see it in the new year. Hopefully.
Definitely.
As grand as ever.
So while Mark's poll relaxes for the end of the year, let's move into everyone's favourite part of the show. It's time for
Shinies of the week.
So Shinies of the week. I'll jump in first with Mark Bailey at Incensed Podcast. Christmas Shinies! ! Pretty happy with this pair over Christmas break. Also got my 10th Bronzor. You see, we mentioned it earlier. Bronzor will haunt you. He got the shiny Christmas hat Eevee and the shiny Vanillite. So GG's Mark Bailey.
Nice.
So we've got one here from Shan, that's Ginger Dweeb on X. Merry Christmas Eve all. Well, it's a new year now, Shan, but that's how long we've left to read this one out for you. Whilst listening to last week's At Incense podcast show, I snagged this from a raid while out with the pup. Revenge for yesterday's Shinyless raid day. That'll be Weird Ear raid day to let her down. Weird Ear.
The Bristolian raid day.
Yeah, hashtag shinies of the week. Hashtag I prefer a tropical Christmas, by the way.
Yes, Shan.
Hashtag British weather is horrific. It is.
Confirmed.
And we've got a shiny Stantler with the bells on.
Radioactive Stantler.
A very gloomy looking British field in the winter. Thank you,
Nice.
Shan, for reaching out to us.
And the final one we're going to pluck from our Patreon Discord, the hashtag Shinies of the Week channel. It would be silly not to mention this. Dwayne, aka Del Hazard X, succeeded. Boys, I got the shiny blue Psyduck on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle, a frozen duck miracle. If your Christmas roast was anything like this Psyduck, I hope you're still alive. Well done, Dwayne.
It's cold. That's why it's blue.
Yeah.
GG's, Dwayne.
I was so pleased for Dwayne getting this one. For any of our, we won't go all into the story, but Psyduck is Dwayne's favourite Pokemon, and for him to get it on a notable day like that is one that will never leave his collection now, I'm sure. So 100%. Well done. Well done.
Poggers.
Pogmus Maximus.
Pogmus.
Quack.
It's not Twixmus anymore, it's Pogmus.
Pogmus.
That is going to conclude our final show of 2023. We hope you enjoyed listening and diving back into some of the shows from the course of this year. If you did enjoy, please drop us a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on. And if you could write a written review, that would be splendid. Don't hesitate to hit that follow plus or subscribe button to make sure every Sunday we're in your podcast inbox. Straight away, you can drop us a listen.
Unless you're on Spotify.
Yeah, unless like last or 2 weeks ago. Blame the RSS feed. But we cannot end a show, or indeed 2023, without saying a massive thank you to everybody who is on our Patreon. All the bronze and silver tier members, thank you so much for your contributions, and a special thanks to the gold tier patrons. And we'd like to shout out the gold members. So the following people, thank you so much. Hermes Ninja, JB, Clifford Mert, Darby Russ, Kerry and Zachary, Connor Lee, Apex 171, Mufti, Barside 2, JLH 1919, Highbone, Maz, aka Ozma Lionheart, and Mandy Croft. You guys, everybody on the Patreon, continues to make this podcast a possibility and sound as good as it does.
Thank you very much.
Oh, boys! Good news!
What?
Well, there's a Spotlight Hour tomorrow, the 2nd of January.
Ooh! We have got Cast Form, which is 2 times Catch XP.
Let's hope they're not going to start the year as they mean to go on.
Oh my life.
But boys, after that, all I guess there is left to say is Happy New Year, listeners.
Happy New Year.
I just want to quickly say as well, lads, Happy New Year to all of our listeners. Like I said, if you have joined us on this journey in 2023, please do stick by through 2024. We've got some sort of stuff that we do want to achieve as a podcast, some cute little goals that we want to do all together, haven't we, boys?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, have an amazing night if you are out tonight. I hope that 2024 brings you everything that you want and more.
Or indeed last night if you're in Australia.
Yeah.
Why did you have to do that? What was the point?
And on that terrible disappointment, like a fireworks display gone wrong, we will see you in the new year, in 2024.